You guys are currently in a bunker beneath Renan's Folly. Having traversed through the various metal hallways of the first level, they have decided to descend one floor to the second level. There you encountered some machinery and a couple of intellect hours. A fight ensued, mistakes were made, machinery exploded. The chain reaction destroying most of the machinery in the center of the floor. Towards the periphery, near each of the 20-foot diameter elevator tubes, there was other machinery, and you decided to mess with some of the settings on it. In one case, it imploded, nearly taking someone's arm with it. The second case, it exploded and popped out, a icy-looking devil, which then summoned other ice devils, who summoned their own ice devils, and so on. In the ensuing melee, several party members were severely injured, and several of the ice devils started helping themselves to some of the party's equipment. In the end, the ice devils were defeated, the first one being killed, which unsummoned in a chain reaction all of the other devils. However, some of them escaped using this unsummoning with some of the party's loot. And so you currently stand the wrecked machinery in front of you, the elevator tube to the north.
Indeed. And that was the southern bit of machinery, correct?
Yes.
Do we still have the one untouched to the east? Because west we blew up, south we blew up. Well, west we imploded into a very thin pancake. All right. Well, I think we should probably maybe go back upstairs for some R&R. I don't know the exact status of Ifan and Stein. They might be. Are you just unconscious, waiting to wake up? Or are you Stein, Ifan? You are keying up Ifan, but I cannot hear you.
Hello?
Oh,
Now we
there
can
you are.
hear you.
Okay, that was weird. I am up. I have only 4 HP and 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay. And Stein, what's your status?
I am awake, 3 hit points, 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay. So do we want to just go upstairs to somewhere secure
Sure.
and recoup a little bit?
That would be very well helpful, yes.
All right, let's do that. This southern elevator is functional?
Well, I mean, you can look inside and it's not blocked. There is no lights on, and the rungs are spaced 3 feet apart and are unmoving.
Oh, okay. So some of them are actually moving, some of them are... Because the ones that were moving were further apart, weren't they?
No.
These rungs are ladder-like? No? Oh.
They are ladder-like, but they're 3 feet apart. Vertically.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's just go over to the east elevator where it's moving and... No need to risk a climb and have something traumatic happen. You can just grab on and ride it.
Sure. So you guys walk over to the eastern shaft. You key open the brown door, and you see the rungs moving. One's on the left going up, one's on the right going down.
Well, I'll grab on to the ones going up and
Yeah.
ride it up.
Alright. Yeah, ride it up. It's a relatively easy ride. As you get to the top, you can hop off into the first floor, emerging in a 60 by 60 room, 20-foot corridors heading to the north, the west, and the south. Violet or yellow doors visible to the north and to the south. Orange doors as well.
All right. Yep. I'll wait up there for the rest of the party to get up.
Mhm.
Yeah, we get up there. I'm following behind you.
And then once everybody gets up, we'll start heading north to the 60 by 60 library.
Yep.
The
Did we
what?
go to a rest area?
The room with the VR, the 60 by 60 with the VR cube.
Ah,
bubbles
okay.
in 'em.
Oh, okay.
The library. The library.
Is that a library?
No.
Oh, okay. Entertainment area.
It's
Yeah,
a
I was
rec
gonna say
room.
Entertainment center. It's like a home theater.
There really hasn't been much in terms of large rooms with books in here for some odd reason.
Oh, I'm sure it's on one of the lower floors. There's got to be at least one.
Well, there's also the west we haven't fully explored.
Yeah. Although I don't know what the build of this place looks like. If we're finding like a big floor full of machinery only one level down, this whole thing might be really flat. You know, like maybe that's the bottom.
Well, this is.
I mean, you saw that the shaft goes deeper.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then forget what I said.
It goes like 5 stories below that, but having the machine floor right below the main floor is kind of weird, you know?
No, that's not that unusual. The building I work in is like that, actually. Although the building I work in is nothing but machine floors, so I don't know.
That's fair. But yeah, so it's more of the curiosity. What's the lower 3 floors below the machine floor that we just blew up?
Mm.
I mean, so
So,
most
yeah, let's head up.
those of you who had dark vision as you ascend, you would have been able to see that there are open archways about 30 feet below you, like in that shaft. And then the shaft continues past those archways into darkness.
Didn't we drop a ball bearing down one of them?
Yes.
That's why we know the overall height, or at least as far down as the ball bearing went before we couldn't see it.
Yep.
But yeah, let's get a rest in first for these guys.
Yeah.
Let's get up to that VR room, the 60 by 60 with 2 doors,
Okay.
3 doors technically.
Yeah, so you go up to the room. You see the 6 pods, one of which the color on the side is turned from black to violet.
And that's the alien one that we were playing, correct?
Yes.
That's
Or
because
here's
it's
the,
shut down. Remember, we've done maxed
Defeated it,
out.
yeah. Yeah, you reached the completion necessary for the game to end.
Yeah, that. Yes.
So it needs to be reset more than anything, is my guess, to change
Oh,
it back to usable.
There's no new game
But
plus.
let's get a. What's that?
There's no new game plus. I want to fight tougher aliens.
Level 2.
Mm. Oh yeah, that was
there-
level 1. Where's the Alien 3 game? And also, where's the Alien game?
Is there any kind of flashing lights or anything on the one that looks like it's powered down?
Well, from his original description, it's just the ball, which opens into 2 hemispheres, and then there's just the pad on it for the key to interact with. We haven't tried anything with the key, but we should probably do a short rest before we
Okay, yeah, we can do that. We'll short rest.
get some health points back into you guys at least, and me. I'm not doing well.
All right.
So yeah, you guys sit there. An hour passes. You see nothing, you hear nothing. You have completed a successful short rest.
Insight check.
Where are you inciting?
It's too quiet.
Hmm.
Gilbert back?
Unknown.
Doesn't look like it. All right. Well, do we want to continue sweeping this floor, or do you guys want to go back into the depths again?
I think we decided our MO was going to be to continue searching the depths for a key. Because I thought we pretty much explored this whole floor, aside from the doors we can't open.
No, there's quite a bit that we haven't opened.
Oh, well then, why don't we do that? I didn't realize that was the case. I thought we had kind of done everything.
No, there's all the yellow on the west side. We haven't opened any of those doors, or east side. We haven't opened any of those doors. I'm not sure what of the. I don't know where you guys went at the start of last session. I don't know if did they open any doors up on the first floor under or no?
I don't keep track of that.
Well, did they go straight to the elevator and down?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Okay, well, we can open the yellow doors.
Yep.
And there is
And,
another
like,
hallway
a
that we
lot
haven't
of
been
black
down, I'm
doors.
seeing. Yeah. Okay, then why don't we start by doing that?
So what are you doing?
All right. Let's head due south.
Yeah, where to first?
Yeah, all the way south till the bank to the west. Like the 90-degree turn through the elevator shaft, down south of that, and then all the way across and start popping those black doors in the middle first 10-foot hallway.
I'm still not sure where you're...
I have no idea where you're going. So, alright, you guys leave the rec room. You go south to that 60 by 60 room with the elevator shaft. There are 3 corridors out of there, each 20 feet wide. North, west, and south.
South again.
Okay. So that eventually that 20-foot corridor turns to the right, to the west, and narrows to 10 feet.
Oh, well, there's doors we haven't been to here. We can start with those.
We've explored some of that. I just don't have the map updated for that.
Oh. Does someone?
No, I'm the only one updating the map. I'm scrolling through chat trying to find from 2
Yeah.
weeks ago. Because my SVG didn't save with those pieces in there. So I don't have those in my map.
I mean, unless Under has, like, multiple maps, or he's, not saving the version where he's erased that part of the Fog of War. I mean, I don't know how he's doing it, but I feel like he should have that.
Okay, we're standing in that 20-foot wide hallway at the southernmost point of it, looking west. What do we see?
A 10-foot wide corridor. It looks to go 10, 20, 30, 40, about 50 feet to a cross intersection. Some dead grell on the floor there, with the occasional actinic light of electrical arcing above in the ceiling above them. 2 doors closed with black locks on them on the southern wall. You have explored those rooms previously.
Yeah, I just found the map that I needed.
Okay. And the room that occupies the wall to the north of this hallway. Have we been in there?
Yes, so at the end of the 20-foot corridor to the northwest is a closed door with an orange lock. You have looked in there.
Ah, thank you, Ruffles. Yep, him posting that has, I think, answered all the questions I was going to ask about that.
Okay.
Let's see.
And then this is the other piece. That has some stuff that we have
Oh, okay,
explored.
so those doors to the north we have not been in.
A couple of them.
So this 20-foot wide hallway, on the eastern wall were two closed yellow doors you have not gone into yet.
Okay.
And mind you, Pete, those are out of order. 'Cause I'm
Yeah, I
scrolling
know.
up.
Okay, but those 4 doors going up to the north we have not been in, and those are not yellow.
Those are yellow.
Okay, and the 2 doors to the south, are those yellow?
No, those were black.
And we've been in there even though they're shaded on the map that Ruffles posted.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then if we continue going west into that other 20-foot wide hallway, then that big door at the north end of that hallway, have we been in there?
No.
Okay, well, that's got a double door, looks important. Why don't we start there?
All right. Oh yeah, looks like a garage.
Well, depends on what the doors are.
Probably
Maybe it's a
side,
double
side,
door
side
because
slides.
it's a fancy room.
All right, so let's head west.
All right. So you go across the cross intersection. The ceiling, the pipework in there, is somewhat exposed, and you occasionally hear the discharge of lightning and the static crackle of arcing. You go past it to the 20-foot wide hall. To the north stands a set of closed double doors. They do not appear to have a color lock on them.
Ah, easy one. All right, well, let's walk up to them, see if they open.
They do, in fact, open, revealing a large room with 3 long tables running down the middle. Bent metal panels and twisted cords pulled from within are set into the tabletops at various intervals. Overturned and damaged chairs lie on the stained floor next to a number of skeletons dressed in tattered, ancient rags. Through an open doorway to the north, you can also see further larger tables, similarly disheveled and with other corpses nearby.
Is Fremont here?
I'm.
Sorry, is Dr. Stein here?
See who's important.
Well, he's important.
Mister, are
because
you here?
He's the one who's good at investigating. Oh well.
I have a +5.
Oh well, then you'll have to do it.
Well, usually I help Stein, but Mister, are you here?
Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
You want to give me some help on some investigations?
Always.
All right. I figured you'd have You help me.
Alright, so you start poking through the meeting rooms, finding the various, skeletons and corpses. As you begin poking around, though, you do notice that while the room looks decrepit and the corpses long since rotted away to skeletons, you do find in the second room, where you have larger tables, in a corner there's a small backpack kind of sitting there, a backpack more to the style you would recognize as being kind of a medieval style ruck, not anything that matches with the looks and aesthetics of things you've seen here in the bunker. It does not appear to be damaged or rotting in any way.
I'm back.
Throw a ball bearing at it.
The ball bearing hits it and then rolls off to the floor.
All right, it's not a mimic. Yep, fine. Go grab it.
Okay. What am I grabbing? I was not paying attention.
A backpack that was
A-
in the corner.
Okay.
But it's more of our generation, not akin to the ship. So it's another adventuring from our world.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we
Okay.
ran into the gnomes, but we have all of their kits accounted for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the gnomes that you all brutally slew.
I mean, they didn't know what to do with the grenade. You're supposed to run away and lay face down with your feet towards it. They just stood there and stared at us. That's their fault. And then Stone Soup got a strike on him.
Hmm.
So what are
They
you
were
lot doing?
No match for me.
I go to the bag and just, I don't know, just pick it up.
Alright. You pick it up, and a glyph on the bag erupts with magical energy. And Ipfon, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. As
Okay.
basically a fireball detonates.
Ah.
Actually thought it would be a mimic because you can throw a ball bearing at a mimic and it won't stick.
Alright, Ipfon. So you fail and take 22 points of fire damage.
Okay.
My boy.
So, yeah, you guys see him pick this up. Kaboosh! The backpack just explodes in fire. As the flames go away, you can see Ipfon kind of standing there a little scorched. The remnants of paper and parchment going to ash in the air around him. The backpack is utterly destroyed.
Was there anything in it?
No, not at all.
Insight
Just
check.
fire.
I'd like to insight check the ash.
Sure, make an insight check. You see only that it is consistent with paper and parchment.
Of our era?
Yes.
Okay. Important. All right. So other than the obviously trapped backpack, nothing interesting in here.
Correct.
All right. Well, it is curious though how this room doesn't have any doors to the north, but it's a conference room of sorts. Because you could only get to it from. I suppose we are technically kind of in the security wing, so it does make more sense.
I think you only want a conference room to have one entrance.
That's fair.
Wait, why? I'd like to think that you'd want two entrances to it.
Why would you want two?
Yeah, because
Emergency
Meetings go great when people are constantly cutting through your meeting room.
No,
Yeah,
no,
well-
no, no, no. What? No, no. Like you don't put it at the crossroads. I'm saying it simply has 2 access points, one on
Why?
each side. Think of it this way: room, and then door on opposite sides of the room that go into the hallway. That
Why
way you
not
can
just one?
access it from both sides of 2 different hallways.
Yeah, but then you've turned it into a passage, which is exactly what you don't want.
No, no, no. See, that's why you have other intersections there, intersplicing that middle row.
I guess.
Like
No,
think of
what-
it like a
what's-
building. You want a front and a back door to a building.
Yeah, but on a building, it's a little different than a conference room. What Pete and Underdark are saying is you don't want a pass cross going through your conference room. I was saying it merely from the amusement fact that if it is a larger ship's conference room, it's only accessible from the south. So anybody important up by the captain's quarters or what I was calling the embassy would have to transgress very far south and then come back north to get to it.
Exactly, and that could just be solved by having a second entrance.
Yeah, but then people would walk through it instead of going out and around.
So lock the door.
Yeah, that worked great on you guys.
We just
Wait,
plant
did-
explosives on the door and wait.
Did
Well,
you
the-
actually break the door while I was gone?
Well, the other thing
No.
is, if you don't want to, if you want to
It was
murder somebody
unmarked.
in your conference room, you want to make sure there's only one way they can get out, and force them to sit far away from it.
That's fair. All right. So we've got more unopened doors to the west of this area. So let's start heading and popping doors as we go.
Just to the west out of that double door.
Yeah, like to the south, like south of that double door, obviously. And then like there's the darkness. We have some black over. So if we hug we're coming out going down or south, and we're hugging the right wall, the west wall, and we follow that around the corner and just open the doors as we go.
Yeah. So you find, as you open the 3 closed black doors on that hallway, a small living quarters, and a pilfered storage room. And then you're in the 20-foot wide hallway.
You know what also isn't making sense about this place? The ratio of living quarters to accessible stations.
You're saying there's not enough?
No, I'm saying there's for the floor that we've explored and the engineering. So let's say that each of those engineering machines had 1 worker on each of them.
Mhm.
And each of these rooms take 1 person. There hasn't been a whole lot on this floor that would be occupational. So there's a lot of extra rooms for living. And obviously, if this is the only living quarters and the other 4 decks below below us are all occupational, then it makes sense. But if we're getting into big machine floors with very little interaction, there's a lot of living quarters, is what I'm saying.
Well, it might not be all that.
Mm-hmm. And it could be interlaced too, like you were saying. There could be another explorable floor lower.
Yeah, and we have no idea what's down there. Maybe there's like a manufactory or a
That's true.
clerical
Maybe they make-
floor or something.
It could also be that they simply have a different worker to support staff ratio. Given the number of other things we've seen here, there could be a larger service industry.
Yep. Or a hotel with different gradient of living space.
Mm-hmm.
Your nicer room. So this is possibly just a rest stop. Casinos kind of lean towards that. I like it so far. Let's backtrack a little bit and go down that narrow 10-foot hall that dead ends with a door. Pop all those doors open. Those are black, I believe.
Yes, except for the southern-facing door, which is brown. So you start popping them open. First one's a small storage locker, and then living quarter, living quarter, living quarter, living quarter. Do you open the brown door?
Yeah. Red key.
Slightly larger and nicer living quarters.
Oh, interesting. Wasn't Where's my key? Isn't Brown maintenance? Huh. Head mechanic. All right. Let's just do a sweep for these rooms then. Stein, if you want to.
Sure. Make an investigation check. You find nothing of interest.
Right. And then the 20-foot hall. Like back a little bit.
The 20-foot hall that led to the
The
conference
two
looking
doors in the
rooms.
south. Does that open up on the south there? Or is that black? Is there just a partition wall there?
Huh?
Due south of the conference room all the way.
Yeah.
There's the two lunch rooms or the three
Yeah.
tables. Is
Yeah,
that an opening or a wall? I have black on my screen.
those are doors with no color marker.
Nope. So south of those doors, this bit here. It looks like, because they can see the corner kind of, but I don't know if that's just stitched together.
Okay, yeah, those are black.
Okay. I think it's just my map stitching together. There's a little overlap there. Right. Let's just keep let's keep going west then.
Okay, so you go across the 20-foot wide hallway and enter the other 10-foot wide hall, going to the west. As you open the black doors along the north, you discover an empty room, a set of living quarters, and as you start trumping through some of the fungal muck here, another empty room. And then you arrive at the T intersection, a 10-foot wide hallway going north and continuing to the west.
Let's go north and pop. I think that zigzag hall we haven't opened anything in there, correct? The T to the north in the middle of the, is it 7 rooms?
Okay, so you start going up there.
8.
Opening doors, revealing more living quarters and storage rooms. Eventually emerging into another 20-foot wide hall.
All right. Go east and then south and just get all of those, because I think it's just black all the way across, right? And that 20-foot hall on the southern side of the big square corridor. All those
Yes.
7 doors are black.
Those are all black.
All right, yeah, pop all those and then we'll sweep everything.
Yeah, those appear to be in order: storage room, living quarters, storage, living quarter, living quarter, living quarter.
All right. Sweep for all of them.
Finding nothing of interest.
All right.
Just occasional fungal masses.
All right. And then on the other side of the 20-foot hallway, there's another group of black doors.
Which 20-foot hallway?
The one that goes to the main entrance to the south.
Okay. Yeah, so there's 2 2 doors on the north in that center square, which are unmarked, and then the doors along to the south and then to the east as it hooks to the north are all black doors.
I mean,
You're going that way?
yeah, once I'm drawing a line, it'll make it a lot better. Healing aside, just walk up that way and get all the doors that we haven't hit yet.
As you will. So you come to that first door. It opens to reveal living quarters. You go to the second door. And when that one opens, you notice it's different. There's a crude barricade made from an overturned bed and a desk that have been erected near the door of this room. Beyond the barricade, a trio of boxes is visible stacked against the far wall. Slumped against the boxes and dressed in rags is a skeleton, its head looking down at its hands in its lap. A small orb-shaped object is clutched in its left hand.
Does it look like the grenades? Like without actually touching it or, getting too close?
Make a perception check. Yes, you can see it looks to be a black grenade.
Black was fragmentation. Oh, that is also not on my sheets. All of the... That's weird. Anyway, sorry. My XP is here, but the notes that I took about the grenades are not. Lovely. All right. Well, without touching it, could I get close enough to see the activation triggers and stuff on it?
Yeah, you can start just kind of shifting the barricade out of the way and getting into the room to look at it without getting there. That'd be, I think, an investigation check.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, as you're looking at it, you can clearly see that the skeletal hand has holding down the button that primes the grenade, and that the dial's currently set on 4.
All right. Is there an angle I can see the grenade from outside the room with the barricade out of the way now?
Yes.
All right. How close to the door? Okay. If I wanted to shoot the grenade with my crossbow, how far away could I get?
$55 at most.
Oh, okay. Then I just want to go 30 from that and shoot it.
Okay. Yeah, you basically back up going north in that 20-foot hallway and shooting at an angle through the doorway.
Yep. Okay. Oh, I suppose, yeah, this is inside the 20-foot hall. I'm sitting here thinking it's a 10-foot wide hallway that we're in. Like, oh, I don't know if I can get far enough away from the fucking explosives.
So you're just going to shoot the grenade?
Yeah, I'm just aiming at it and shooting to knock it out of his hand to detonate it.
Okay.
We don't know how to disarm them, so if he's holding down it, like, you know, if it works like a dead man switch, and as soon as we touch it, it blows up. So, yep, just pew.
Okay. So you shoot it. Clinks to the ground. 6 seconds pass. Do you do anything?
No, we know the timers are kind of mysterious, so we'll wait till it blows up.
All right.
Good minute.
Sorry, I'm back.
After 8 seconds, there's a loud kaboom, and it blows up. You hear the sound of bones and metal and glass just bouncing around in there.
Excellent.
Um,
So the grenades have a dead man switch function. If
Very
you don't
nice.
let go of the button, they don't blow up. We found a dead dude holding a grenade, a fragmentation black one. And I looked at it closely, and he was holding the button down. So instead of trying to, pick it up or anything, I just shot it from a distance and let it blow up.
When
it
you
did
feel
blow up.
yourself bleeding out, just grab the grenade, hold the button, and wait for rigor mortis to set in.
So the detonate button, Stein, basically, we've learned it works like a frag spoon. You have to let go for the grenade to actually detonate.
say again.
The buttons on the grenades that, turn them on and make them go kaboom
Yeah.
also have a hold function. If you hold the
Really?
button in, they do not go boom. Yep. So they have a dead man switch setting, essentially.
Okay.
And quite literally, he was pretty dead.
So have we figured out the the timing then? From the 4, the 8, and the X?
No, not really. That one's still kind of up in the air. I'm pretty sure we're not going to. I think he's rolling for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the timing might not be entirely precise.
Yeah, if you think about it, if there's any sort of chemical reactants for the detonator inside of the grenades, because we haven't taken one apart, obviously. And it's not
Wait.
the most reliable of chemical reactions, it may not be consistent.
What if this is an overly engineered grenade where the timer doesn't start until after it's made impact?
Then the grenades that Stone Soup threw would have been more consistent.
Mm.
And then what if it was as a function of how long you held the button?
That could be a possible, like a multiplier.
Yeah. I'm trying to think from the perspective, what if this was really over-engineered and dumbly designed?
Yep.
What's the least intuitive way we could build a grenade?
Use a D20 to set it off. There's a little man inside of it holding a D20, and he shakes it. And he has a little button. And when the D20 rolls, he counts for that many seconds. And then he pushes his button, and that actually blows the grenade up. All right.
What are we doing, people?
We're currently on door number 2 of the orange path, and
And
there's
then
a couple
after that,
more.
you have to roll for how accurately he counts.
So, okay, let's obviously sweep the bomb-torn room now, because he was in there for a while, and there were a couple of metal boxes, you said, so they might have survived the grenade.
Okay. Well, make an investigation check.
Wow.
So, as you look in there, you can see the skeleton was absolutely pulverized by that blast. And the metal boxes have been, like, ripped and torn. You know, many small little holes having blown through them. Of the 3 boxes, the first one you come to, Stein, looks to have contained a number of those silvery packets that contained, the potato meal. It looks like several of those were burned in the blast from the shrapnel. But it looks like that 12 of the 30 look to be intact.
Huh.
Plus 12 instant potatoes.
Okay.
I think you're keeping track of those, Stein.
Track of the
bags of potato, the instant potatoes. We have a shit ton of them now.
I think no, I do not. I think that went into the
Portable hole.
portable hole. Yeah, I think that went in the portable hole.
Well, either way, we have more. All right.
Alright,
So just
How
one.
much am I tossing in the hole?
11 more, 12 more. I don't
12
remember which
more
number
of
you
what?
said. The potato rations. The
Have
instant
we-
potato packets.
Did we ever figure out the correct way to prepare those?
No, I don't think we have. I think we
Hmm.
tried eating them dry, pouring water on them.
Maybe you have to boil them.
That's what I'm thinking. You have to heat it with
Yeah.
water, like
Alright.
you would with instant potatoes.
Yeah.
Alright, I have put more of the potato rations in the hole.
Okay.
Was there anything else besides that under?
Well, that was just the first box.
Oh.
When you open the second box, you see what looks to be an array of a dozen smooth, featureless gourds, similar to the grenades, but more elongated. They're indented on one side as if to fashion a grip and flat on the bottom, and have a small neck curving out of the other end. This neck ends in a hole. On the back of the neck is a obvious button, and on the flat bottom is a sundial pattern with a hair marking a line on that pattern. You can see that the shrapnel tore through this box as well, and of the dozen or so gourds, only 3 appear to be undamaged.
But the damaged ones will tell us a lot. What do they look like on the inside? Or are
Yeah,
they not
Stein and I
damaged
can.
in that way?
Stein and I can break out a. Is there a table in here, or are these crates functional if it has a table to tinker on?
Sure. The crate. You could use the crates.
Oh, I almost forgot to say, we found the potatoes, and now we found the potato mashers.
Then Stein is gonna start doing experimentations.
Yep. I can
Okay.
help. I'm actually tinker proficient.
Sure. Give me a tinker's check.
Just want y'all to know my lieutenant's sense is tingling. That nagging feeling in the back of my mind says I should be getting the cover.
Okay, so you take one of the damaged ones, you kind of start poking around with it. And inside, a almost blood red like powder. You can see like almost like a powdery residue of it in there. By the way, for reference, they're similar looking to this shape.
That's what the grenades look like.
That's what those are the things that you find in that crate look like.
What's the
Oh, I know what this is.
okay? What is it? Is the back end of it a knob or is it a?
It's an obvious button.
The bottom is where the knob is.
There's no knob. It's like a sundial with like a hair indicating one of the sections of the sundial.
Well, I'm gonna push the button.
Of the damaged one or a undamaged one?
The undamaged one.
Okay, where are you pointing it?
Away from me.
I
Okay.
cast duck and cover.
So like at the wall?
Yeah.
All right.
I back up.
I'm backing up.
Towards enemy.
So you push the button while pointing it towards the wall. There's a sound, and there's like a little dark red circle of what almost looks like paint on the wall.
Oh. Markers.
Mm.
You notice, Stein, as you're kind of examining it, that the hair on the sundial has moved. It looks like the sundial has 6 sections, and it has moved 1 section over.
Oh, so it's the number of charges that each one has. Okay.
Right,
Okay,
right,
well,
right.
it
I'm gonna
can't
look
be
at
paint because that's a
the mark
ridiculously
on-
small
That's-
amount.
I'm gonna look at the mark on the wall. Does it look like, is it wet paint or is it dry paint or does it look like?
Well, as you kind of like touch it and kind of feel it, it just comes off the wall easily and feels like that residue you found inside the damaged ones. It didn't stick to the wall, but it almost like dried almost instantly and just left a powdery residue on the wall.
I think this might be like extrusive or extrudable explosive.
What color is
I was
it?
just gonna say,
Deep
Could
blood
I,
red.
could I Stein back up? I'm gonna strike to it.
Okay, I'll back away. Did I have some still on my fingers, right?
Yes.
Can I test this with some alchemy tools and see what it actually is?
You can.
Makeup of it is, you know?
So you can't really tell anything about the makeup with your alchemy tools. What you can tell is that it is of a neutral acidity. That is, it is neither acidic nor basic, and does not react to flame. It appears to
Which I
be
just found out.
yes. Nor does it dissolve in water or alcohol.
Oh.
It appears to be in all of your tests inert.
Inert, non-soluble,
Wait. Is this some kind of?
probably some sort of marking. I taste it.
It's tastes like nothing at all. It's got no flavor.
Huh.
I'm gonna take out
Wait. Hold on. It could just be my brain is not picking up on some info. Could this be universal solvent? Like a little spray thing of it to get off
We'd know what
sovereign
that
glue.
is. Like Stein
Would we?
especially would know what that is.
Fair enough.
He's magical, chemical, all book smart in
Well-
that department.
That doesn't mean that he knows what it is, though. Let's try using identify just to see if identify will tell us anything.
Oh, that's
Because
true.
remember, he made an alchemy tools check. He didn't check
Yep.
it for magic.
All right. Yeah, we can wallow over it.
Are you doing identify or detect magic?
Identify. Well, actually, one of us can identify. The other can ritual cast. I'll ritual cast detect magic.
Okay. And who's casting identify as a ritual?
I guess I'll be the one to do that.
All right. So you, Stein, are handling. Are you handling a damaged one or undamaged one?
An undamaged one.
Is it the same one that you sprayed on the wall?
Yes.
Okay. So you start casting identify on that. And identify tells you at the end of your ritual that it is a non-magical object. However, Freeman, you detect necromancy coming from inside the object. And inside the other 2 that he has not sprayed yet. Though the ones that are damaged do not render any magic to your detection.
Huh. Okay.
So when it hardens, does it form like
It's
The only magic was inside the
Yeah,
devices.
It's the unactivated material that's registering as necromantic. So it needs to be.
Are these like
Lucina, can you quicken? Do you have quicken or no?
I know.
Do I have quicken? You mean quicken spell?
Yeah. I don't know which sorcerer crap you took.
No, I took Seeking and Twin.
Oh, okay. Well, then that rules out that. Because I was gonna
Right.
say if we spray somebody with it and then quicken cast identify, you'd be able to identify the powder before it hardens. Although you could technically ritual cast on the wall and see if that
Does it
powder
have
has
any medical applications?
One could also
Make a medicine
hardcast it.
check or to see if it has any medical
Is-
applications?
You don't know
Good point,
anything
though.
about it that would be able to inform such an
Oh.
idea.
Okay, I have a solution. Stein, do you trust me?
Not really.
No.
I say not really. Stein's like no. Okay.
Okay,
Is
so
the
it-
circle on the
I
wall? Is it a
don't trust
perfect circle?
anyone, but he will let you do whatever you want to do.
All right, cut your palm.
Oh.
Cut yours. I am a doctor. I need my hand.
Actually, I have a higher medical skill than you. Cut your palm. Or you know what? Let's use
Freeman-
Ipfon. Ipfon, cut your palm.
Yeah.
Ifan took
use the
damage from the
barbarian.
fireball. Oh, he's not a barbarian. He's a paladin. Stone Soup is the barbarian.
Exactly. If there's a horrible effect on this, he's the most likely to be resistant to it. Ipfon, can
Yeah.
we cut your palm for medical knowledge?
Sure.
All right, I cut his palm, and
Okay.
then spray the wound with this spray.
Okay, are you using the same one Stein did?
Yes.
All right. So you spray it on Itfan's hand. Itfan, are you missing any hit points?
Yes.
Oh, great. So it has advantage. No, I'm just kidding.
For a second there, I was like, "Oh, cool." Well, it was necromantic.
So
That
you
makes sense.
spray the spray onto Ipfan's hand, and Ipfan, you regain 6 hit points.
Aha! It's medical spray on glue.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Like, is the spray the circle
Yeah.
on the wall? Is it perfectly circular? And it
No,
probably
it is slightly elliptical.
It's a
Yeah,
fixed
yeah.
foam.
If it was for
glue.
marking their
Yeah.
for explosives or anything like that, it probably would have been more industriously circle for the sprayer.
Well, no, it projects a cone, and it just wasn't held perfectly normal to the wall.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of like how many of these are
And
intact?
you said it was
3.
necromancy.
Yep,
I thought
necromancy
when I figured
magic.
out it had to do with medical healing stuff.
Yeah.
Probably like synthetic skin or some kind of.
It's essentially a sprayable healing potion that does a little bit more healing.
Yeah,
Honestly, when I
it's-
heard
it's back to
necromancy,
spray.
I thought he was
we got 3 of
using
them
some kind
anyway.
of magic to keep something that would normally say die or decompose rapidly in a suspended state.
So how many charges?
Similar
do
to
they
gentle
look like they
repose.
have on-
So, 2 of them you haven't sprayed, and those each have 6 charges. The one you've sprayed twice has 4 charges remaining.
Okay. So we have. Who wants them? You want to carry them, Freeman, or?
I can, yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna
Or-
stick
or
one.
we can
in
split
the,
'em
I'm gonna
up.
Stick one in the bag of holding.
bag.
Probably going 4 charges. I'm gonna stick one in the bag of holding because.
I was actually going to suggest we carry the 4 charges.
Okay. Well,
That
then
way, if we have to use one, the 4 charge one is accessible, and the 6 charge one stay intact.
okay. Well, I'll leave a 6 charge in the bag of holding and
Yep.
give you the 4, and I'll take a 6.
All right.
What do we do with the other 6?
I'm gonna put it in the bag of holding because I'm gonna work on it.
The damaged ones.
Oh, the damaged ones. I'm gonna take one damaged one as well.
Well, why don't we just put the damaged ones in the portable hole?
Okay, well, we'll do that too.
Have you come across any nice, sturdy shelving units in this area?
Not really, no.
Darn.
Like cabinets that can be moved, medicine cabinets that can be moved.
Yeah, that's just like we need to like put a cabinet in the portable. We can put all the little shit in the cabinet. Got all kinds of grenades and stuff in there.
I mean, in many of the empty, or I should say, in many of the pilfered storage rooms, there are like crates and the like.
Oh yeah, so we can stack like 4, like when we come across them, just grab them, and next time we open the portable hole, just eat them all in there and make a small, like a 2x3 or 2x4 shelving unit in the back.
Yeah, that's easily doable.
All right.
The portable hole with shelves.
Yep. The portable vault. I mean, it essentially is a vault. That's what we've been using it
Hmm,
as.
It's the portable hidey hole.
All right. And then, so we've got the crate of rations, crate of healing crap, and
Yes.
then the other crate.
Yes, which appeared to be of a slightly different design than the other two crates. Similar, like there are motifs that would indicate it's made by the same civilization, but where the other ones are nice and round, this one has a bit more of a harder edge to it. And there were several dozen holes punctured through it, being the closest to the grenade. It was at the bottom of the stack. Oozing out of those holes, you can see what looks to be a gelatinous substance that hardened when it, left the box.
Damn. Actually, that was important too.
The crate full of sovereign glue.
Well, it's all hard now. I can't. Can I scrape off some of it to see what it is?
Well, we can open the crate. I'm assuming we haven't opened it
It
yet.
does have a lid, yes.
Okay. Well, then yeah, open the crate.
Alright. You open it, and you see several what look to be crystalline discs, many of which are fractured. As you open it, the iridescent crystals begin smoking, sparking, and sputtering. Flames soon erupt.
Run away! Run away!
Yeah. Get the hell out of here.
Wait, hold on. What exactly is spitting and sputtering flames?
The contents of the crate.
A bunch of glass discs. We don't know
the
what they
glass-
are and probably don't have a lot of time.
Wait, hold on. The transparent glass discs are shooting flame.
Yes.
Yes. So, I'm basically standing over Stein's shoulder when he opens it. Can I quickly look and see if there are any that have not begun sparkling and sputtering, and try grabbing that and then running away?
Sure. As everyone else runs away, you get to make a sleight of hand check. You grab one, but as you back away, are unfortunately caught in the blast as the crate then explodes. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Am I still within 10 of it? Fun.
No, he's long gone.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's just-
You're alone in the room.
What? Huh?
Everyone else ran. He
I
reached
tried
in to
to
try to
grab
grab one of the discs.
Oh, dumbass.
I'd like to shield the disc too, like, if I can, turn away
Yes,
the disc.
you can. As you take 23 points of piercing damage as crystalline and metal shrapnel pierces your flesh. Oh, sorry, you take half that. You passed.
I take none of that.
Aha! Yeah.
I'm a slippery.
My eyes were still focused on the 16, and I'm like, well, that doesn't pass.
The sleight of hand.
The sleight of hand was successful, though. You were able to grab it. You didn't accidentally grab one of the ones that was exploding.
And then dodge. As it blows up in my face.
Yes.
Alright, so I got one that's intact. Okay. Alright, Stein. I got one. I don't know what it is, but I got one. Let's take a closer look at this thing.
Roger that. So I need a investigation check.
Yeah.
Alright, and then I can help, but he also has a magnifying glass. This could be a little bit of both for that.
Yeah, so this is a, this one's intact and is blue colored. And it's a disc about the size of a coin. One side is smooth and unmarked. The other has a white arced band marked like a sundial with 5 lines. A taut thread rests on one of the lines. Mostly far over to the right when you're looking at it. It looks kind of like this.
Does the needle move, the thread move? Or is it fixed?
You don't see it moving.
Okay.
It's gotta be some kind of sensor or scale or something.
Well, let's go look at the damage now and see if we can make any heads or tails of the, fragmented pieces.
Makes sense, yeah. Let's do that.
Piece together from the inside out now that we have an intact one to reference.
Yeah, we're going back into the room where the explosion happened and see what we
Yeah,
can
and
figure
you
out.
can see that the adamantine is covered in soot. The contents of the room appear to have been completely destroyed.
Oh, it was a potent kaboom.
Yes, you barely got out of there.
I got fast hands and fast feet.
Okay, well then we'll put that in a portable hole. Figure it out later.
All right.
Okay.
We have nothing else to reference it. We don't know.
Yeah. What are we
1,000
calling
other
this
things
thing?
it is.
Under, what do you have for a room label on that so we can identify it?
One moment.
So Lucina knows what to put in the portable hole. Yo, Gilbert, you here?
I'm still here.
All right. We're giving you the weird coin to put in the portable hole.
Let's not.
Why not?
It's explosive. We already have enough explosives in there.
That's fair. Bag of holding it is.
Or more accurately, it's an unknown explosive in a
Yeah.
hole full of valuables and several known explosives.
Yeah, Stein, he does have a point. You should probably put that in the bag of holding.
Got explosives in the bag of holding. Can't do it.
Yeah, but the bag of holding is a smaller dimension with less in it.
All right, I'll put it in the bag of holding. What is it? The small. How big is that?
It's about 2 inches in diameter, about 1/4 of an inch thick.
Small cylinder, small disc.
Coin.
A disc.
Small disc.
And he gave you the room number for it.
What's the number?
1-34.
Note the parentheses. Those are important to this numbering scheme.
1-34.
1
Yes.
dash parenthesis 34 parenthesis.
One dash parentheses 34 close parentheses. Got it.
Yeah, if you want me to be able to find that again, you need the parentheses because that's actually a part of the
His encoding
system for locating the room.
All right. Well, let's continue on our path.
Okay. So you leave the bombed out room. You go to the next room, which is decrepit living quarters. Then more decrepit living quarters. A looted storage room. Are you opening the yellow door on your way north?
Are we saving yellow? I think we're saving yellow.
I think we were just coming to it. We didn't have a yellow key at the time.
Well, no, we also learned, in the lore of the ship in the captain's log that there was a medical thing.
No,
And after we got
wanna
all the
hit this
keys.
one, man. We've skipped all the medicals. We're hitting this one.
Okay. It's probably one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, let's hit this one.
All right. Well, I'm going to. No, I won't. All right, let's open the yellow door. Red key card.
Okay. Open the yellow door, revealing a 10-foot deep, 40-foot wide room. Long work tables covered with odd glass bottles, vials, plates, and other containers of an unidentifiable nature fill this room. 6 glass tanks filled with murky liquid rest atop one of the tables. Several flexible straw-like tubes run from the tanks up to the ceiling, vanishing into it through minuscule holes. A panel covered with small round protrusion and tiny metal squares is set into the wall near the tanks. There are 4 other doors in this room, all of them marked in yellow.
Okay. What's in the tanks?
They are filled with a murky liquid.
Murky liquid. Goes into. Oh, is it being pumped at the moment or no?
Being what?
You said it has hoses on the tank running into the ceiling.
Yes.
Does it look like there's the liquid's being sucked out of the thing, pumped into the thing? Is it
No.
any kind of noise like that or something?
There's no noise. You also don't see the liquid being agitated.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna go up and get me a sample of the liquid. We got time to figure out what this is, right? Freeman. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna go up to it. And is there like a little table in here I can set up some stuff?
Absolutely, yeah. There are several tables.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a little sample of that
Oh,
liquid
okay.
inside one of them things.
So you're just lifting the top off the tank.
Yeah.
All right. You lift the top off the tank. The liquid, as you hear the of the tank opening, immediately begins boiling, releasing dark brownish gas into the room. And I need everybody to make Constitution saving throws. Yeah, you slam it down, but some still got out, so I need con saves from everybody.
Are we in the aura?
I'm gonna say yeah. You probably are in the aura.
Great. It was being held under pressure.
Is this versus poison?
Yes.
Hey, everybody out. I'm getting out of here, assuming I have the means to do so.
You can definitely leave, yeah.
Also
Alright, great.
retreating.
I'll see you all.
Yeah, so you guys retreat from the gas. You notice that the tank that you opened, Stein, continues boiling inside, and you can just see the inside of the tank is now mostly dark brown gas, and you start to see it kind of being pushed up through the tube.
Okay.
You know, the liquid is basically almost entirely boiled away at this point. The gas that was released into the room kind of clings low to the ground and spreads out like a fog as you guys beat a hasty retreat onto the 20-foot wide corridor. It's slowly spreading along the ground. You notice on the adamantine floor, it looks to be almost corroding it as it passes over and starts spreading out. A bare few wisps of it get across the threshold before it has completely dissipated. And you notice that the entire floor of that room now is coated in what looks to be like it's started to corrode the floor, and it has this rusty color to it.
Did you just try to hit us with nitrogen dioxide?
No comment.
Well, first thing Stein's gonna do is see if I can scrape off some of the floor and test that to see why it was done like that.
Yes, the poison was poisonous because it's poison.
And then I'm gonna try to figure out
Yes.
how to get some of that liquid out of that thing without opening it and exposing it to air.
Okay, so you can scrape some of the corroded stuff into a vial. It comes up fairly easily, and as you kind of scrape at it, you notice that the underlying adamantine floor doesn't actually appear to be damaged. This is more like a rust-like effect that's laying on top of it, rather than having eaten into it.
That's interesting to know.
Well, it oxidized, whatever it is, but it didn't affect the it didn't corrode the adamantine.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm gonna go up and identify how many tanks are left.
So you're just walking over the powder on the ground.
Well, no, I don't want to walk. Somebody got a broom?
I mean, no, but Lucina does have a leaf blower.
Blow this dust off this floor and into that room, if you can do that.
I do that. I have like half a dozen useful features in order to do this.
Okay.
The most basic of which is Gust. The second most basic of which is a class feature that lets me change the direction of the
So what exactly are you doing?
Where do you guys want the gas?
Clean the floor.
Where do
It's
you
not
want
the gas, it's the
gas?
dust settling out from it is dust on the floor. He wants that moved so he can walk across it.
You want me to kick it up an aerosol? Okay. Lucina stands
That was my
back and
thought.
kicks up the dust, just as Dr. Stein requested. Because it's just what the doctor ordered.
So you're just casting Gust into the room?
Gust.
Yeah, you kick up all the dust. The room kind of taking on this almost reddish haze to it.
Hey, I know a reddish haze.
As it slowly starts wafting out of the room from the fact that you're blowing into a closed room. So eventually you start getting backsplash out. Do any of you walk into the room with this reddish haze in it?
No, I wait till it's
Not on my life.
All right. Yeah, you wait a few minutes. 10 minutes, 20. It takes about 25 minutes before the powder to settle back down to the floor. And now also in like a foot radius around the door, there's also this like rusty red kind of looking, almost looks like corrosion, but you know it's just the powder laying on the floor.
All right, I'm gonna walk into the room.
Okay, you walk into the room, kicking up little trails of it. You walk. What are you doing in the room, Stein?
I want to look at how many tanks are left.
I mean, they're all still there.
Yeah, but full tanks then.
There are 6 tanks, one of which looks to have, the contents have turned into this almost gash like a thing. There are 5 other ones which just contain murky brown liquid.
Okay. I'm gonna look around the tanks, examine them, and see if there is a way to withdraw some of that liquid without exposing it to open oxygen.
Okay. Well, first I need a con save from you, as you're walking in this contaminated room. Okay. And then I need you to make... Oh... I think this would really be more of a tinkering check.
Looking for a spigot.
Well, not just a spigot, but like well, yes, you're looking for a spigot, but there's no obvious spigot. So this is really like a tinkering check to see if you can figure it out. And it looks like these are just tanks. You don't see any way other than just opening the lid to get them out.
Man, I had a great idea for getting that liquid out, man. Some ideas
Well,
to use that liquid. That would have been such. Okay, anyway.
I also need another con save from you, Stein.
Okay.
Does it involve the production of toxic gas and chemical warfare?
I mean, I'm not answering that because it could be used as a war crime. It would violate the Geneva Convention.
Oh, good thing there's no Geneva Convention where we're from.
I mean, actually, if this is a medieval period, well, there's not a Geneva Convention. There are, in fact, laws of war.
Not for an adventuring party.
Your
Okay,
government.
that as much is correct.
I'm gonna say we don't really follow the standard law practices of the locals.
Yeah, because
I guess
like
I'm
the
gonna leave
laws
the
of
room.
war have almost always existed to some extent.
Okay,
I'm gonna.
you leave the room.
Well, now so scratch that. Since I'm already in the room, can I open one of the other doors that is in this room?
Absolutely. Which one do you want to open? There are
So
4.
there were 4 doors, right?
Yes. North, northwest, south, or southwest.
Let's go north first.
Okay. Trek over to the north door. And you open it. You see a 20 by 10 room with a high bench-like table arrayed around the edge of the room. On it, you can see curious glass bottles and large coin-like glass plates. You can also see another door to the northwest. And I need another con save.
Fuck.
That's okay.
Okay.
We got a pound.
Well, Stein, you take 9 points of poison damage.
Okay. Is it because of that shit that's in the air or on the ground or what?
Well, as you move around, you're kicking it up. And so, yeah, you're constantly breathing in low levels of it.
Okay, can I close the door to that room that has the stuff on it because this door was closed, and close the door?
Yes, you can close the door behind you as you step alone into this room.
Yeah.
All right, and as you step in, you can also see that among the bottles and the glass plates, you can also see 3 ampules of liquid. Closed glass ampules.
What color liquid?
One of them is like a bright red. Think like bright candy apple red.
Okay.
The other 2 are of a like a deep forest green.
Okay. I'm gonna put them into my bag.
Okay.
2 green ones and a red one.
Yep.
Is there any number I need to mark on them?
Yeah.
No parentheses.
All right. What else is in here?
Just a door to the west, also marked in yellow.
All right.
You also take another 3 points of poison damage.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go through the next door.
All right. You open the door to the west, revealing a 20 by 20 room with nothing in it, and a closed door to the south with no color marking.
There's nothing in this room at all.
Correct.
All right.
Just like I said, just a closed door to the south. No color marking on it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go back to the party. I'm gonna go back to the other door, open it, and instead of going across the floor again and stirring up more dust, I'm just gonna misty step from one room to the other. From one across the room, you know.
Sure. Yeah, you can just misty step out into the hall.
Yeah. Okay. And then rejoin the party.
Yep. Yeah. Stein appears in front of you guys, and you can see it with every breath he takes. Little bits of that brownish smoke are just wafting out of his nose.
Ipfon should probably clean that up.
Yeah, Epon, you wanna help me out?
You take 6 more poison damage, Stein.
You wanna help me out here, Ipon, please?
I don't know what the fuck I can do.
Paladin shit.
Yeah, sure.
Lay on hands?
Sure. Yeah, lay on hands. 5 use 5 points to either cure a disease or neutralize a poison.
Well, which one is it?
Neutralize a poison.
Okay. He stops breathing brown stuff.
Good.
Thank you. Moving on. I show him the 3 potions I found. And I said,
I'll cast Detect Magic.
and I said there's 2 more doors, but I can't go in there anymore. So we gotta move on.
Did he describe the layout?
Yeah, I described the layout to each room.
Let's
That's underwear.
go to the south side and come into that southern door, and then go east from there.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
We're gonna go around the 20-foot hallway, and then that first door on the southern wall of the big square in the center. So the easternmost of the southern
Yes,
facing
I see
wall.
what you're saying.
Yep,
All right,
and
yeah.
then go east from there in that other door, if we can open that one. I don't
Okay.
know what color that is.
Yep. Yeah, so you open it, and as you walk in, a soft, calm voice, speaking in an unrecognizable language, seems to come from nowhere in this room. You can see the kind of furnishings set aside as if to make this into a some type of medical ward. A corridor leads off to the west, and a closed yellow door to the east.
That's the one.
So you open it.
I want to cast comprehend language.
Okay.
We'll wait for him to do that, and then I'll open it.
Say again.
Well, we're waiting for you to cast comp language, and then we'll open the door.
Okay. What was his? Can I understand what is the voice still talking?
No, it seems to have finished whatever it was talking.
And it talked to him when it opened the door.
Probably more so when
Yes.
we entered the room, so if we left and re-entered, it might repeat.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to exit
All right.
into the room again.
So you guys all leave the room first and let him retry with comp languages up?
Yep. Yeah, we'll all go out so that way the room doesn't have any occupation,
Okay.
and then he can go in first and see what it says.
All right. So it simply says, attention. All personnel are missing. Emergency cases can report to Medical 1 or Medical 2 for attention.
Oh, so it doesn't say intruder alert, defensive activated?
Nope.
Okay.
Alright, now we go through the yellow door.
All right. And you can see long work tables covered with odd glass bottles, vials, plates, and other containers of unidentifiable nature filling the room. A number of small, empty cages are also present. Closed doors marked in yellow are on the eastern wall, and a single unmarked door to the north.
I think we want the unmarked one. Yep. Unmarked to the north.
Okay. It opens up to reveal a 20 by 20 room that is empty, with a yellow door to the east.
Nothing to the north.
Another closed door. No color marking.
Okay. All right. So looks like emergency wing, research lab, big research lab, and then probably another branch. So this is like their research center, it looks like. So I'm guessing Medical 1 and Medical 2 must be over on the east side of the ship, those larger medical areas we haven't explored.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, then we do also have the giant yellow door on the north side too. There's no access from here, so it's a separated area. All right. Let's go down south again and just check that yellow door to the east. Open it up, see what's in there.
To the southeast?
Correct. In that first
Okay.
room.
Yeah. So you open it, revealing a 10-foot wide, 20-foot tall room. To the north, a closed yellow door. Row upon row of shelves, each laden with a vast number of bottles, jars, vials, and other containers, each bearing a strip of paper covered in unreadable, almost like a sketch, are present in this room.
Well, does Stein see anything that is readable?
No. All of the containers appear to be labeled not with a language, but almost like with a symbol on them, like a drawing.
Oh, so it's pictographic. Okay. Well,
Several bottles have multiple drawings on them.
Okay. Stein and I can take some time to see if we can discern what the pictography means.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do that.
Well, go ahead and make an investigation check, I would say. All right. So as you're going through, what you're able to discern is there's really 8 bottles that you're able to kind of get like a definitive answer on. One of which is a bottle of white powder that you're pretty sure is some type of defoliant and is specifically targeting plants.
Okay.
Three bottles of clear liquid, which you know to be strongly acidic. A jar of green powder, which appears to be some type of poison. A jar of pink powder, which does something to vision. And a ceramic bottle of green fluid, which, while it's different than the defoliant, it is unclear about exactly what it does do to plants. And a ceramic container of blue fluid that has the most symbols of anything in the room on it. And it seems to imply that you don't want to touch, like you don't want to let it out of this container under any circumstances.
All right. Can you post that under? I
Blood
didn't get.
spores.
Sure.
Thank you. The colors again, please.
Yeah.
That's what I got. I missed the second to last one. That's when I started typing.
Okay. Yeah. Their acids are clear. Green powder is poisoned. Pink powder does something to vision.
Powder, okay.
bottle of green fluid does something to plants, but it's unclear. And a container of blue fluid that has most of the drawings on it, and everything seems to imply you don't want it to leave the bottle.
So one blue fluid, really bad. All right. Is the blue fluid in a clear ceramic, or is it a ceramic and it indicates it's blue? Like, how do we know it's a blue fluid?
It's basically glass. I don't know why they call it ceramic. It's glass.
Okay.
All of these, besides the color, you should reference that for the ID.
All right. Stein, did you get all that?
I'm working on it.
Now you guys know how I feel on Monday.
What do you mean?
Putting all the shit in all the things. All
Oh.
the storage.
Dude, how do you think it feels to be a DM? That's like all your shit. You gotta put all your shit on tables and shit.
Yeah, but you have it ahead of time.
That's true.
I was gonna say there's a
And
big difference.
I have the ability to change it on a whim.
Exactly. There's a big difference between taking the notes down and just having them in front of you already done.
You're right, you're
All
right.
right.
I can conjure notes from nothingness. You actually have to write them.
Yeah, that's why I try to type in chat, like when, I didn't realize that there was going to be this many unique items. So I started late, and so I missed out a little bit. All right. Well, we have opened our first medical wing.
And you didn't immediately die.
Stein had a bad time, though.
Clearly, this is a trick in order to lull us into a false sense of security, so we, release flood spores onto the planet.
Dude, you know how I feel with the fact that we're really not checking any of these doors for traps?
His eye twitches every door.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we've gotten complacent with this particular dungeon because, it's not the normal dungeon. Every door we've opened so far is just either opened or not opened. Nothing happened when we opened them. I'm waiting for the door that, there's like a vacuum behind it.
Wait, hold on. I almost never use traps on you guys, yet y'all compulsively check everything.
And by doing so, we keep a trap check a day keeps the DM away and all that.
All right. Well, let's head east and south, get back in the main corridor, not going through the obviously poisonous room.
But that is to the east. Do you mean the west?
Yes, west and then south. That is correct. I was sitting in my chair upside down, my bad.
Sure. You could walk out into the 20-foot wide hall.
All right, and then let's just head. Let's head west and then north. And
Okay.
then to the top of the 20-foot square. And then check that. Might as well open the other medical door in that area.
Huh?
The northernmost medical door
Which northernmost medical door?
in the central command dais.
That door on the north is unmarked.
I have a yellow dot on it. Bad yellow dot. I don't have a yellow dot on it anymore. All right, yeah, so the southern door on the northern wall, that's not marked.
Correct. To be clear. You are speaking
Lonely.
of this door.
Yep, the lonely boy.
I'll be right back.
Correct. I had a yellow dot on there. That's just my bad from...
Okay. Yeah, you can walk around to that door. Do you approach?
Does it look unapproachable?
It looks inscrutable.
Insight check.
No.
All right, yep, I approach.
Alright, the door slides open, revealing a room in better shape than others so far explored. It contains many small fixed tables and comfortable if odd-looking chairs. Atop each table is a strange metal and glass box with small protrusions, rivets, and cylinders attached to it. Rows of metal boxes with small doors line the walls of the room.
So the entirety of everything in this room is unfamiliar to any other part of the ship? Like these objects we haven't seen before, besides the chairs and tables.
Not really, no.
Okay. And more dead bodies. Or is that just on the map?
There are dead bodies, yes. It's not pristine, simply in slightly better shape.
It looks less looted.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess we'll sweep the room.
Make an investigation check. Alright, so as you start looking through, you notice that there are a total of 4 skeletons here. 3 of them appear to be dressed in rags and are of little interest. But the 4th one, the rags are a bit better looking, as if made from a higher quality material. And that there are braids and colorful attachments attached to it, though they have also begun to rot away. And behind the skeleton, you can see sticking out of the corner of one of those cabinets on the walls, the corner of a gray card.
Yay!
Sorry, I'm back.
We just found a gray key card.
Awesome.
I know. I'm trying to fire my soundboard up because I do have the Zelda Secret Unlocked sound.
Oh, actually, yeah, that would have been better.
Like the long one. Yep.
Oh, I don't remember exactly how the long one goes. It's like there's like a long lead up to it. It's like.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, where it's and it goes ascending notes like over and over, and then it does the unlock noise.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna snag that sucker. Does he have any coinage on him? Just curious.
He does
He
not.
looks like a captain. Captain's broke. All right. What are these devices on the tables? Let's take a closer look at one of those.
Okay. So what you originally thought were rivets and sorry, I lost my place. Because I know I use a specific word for it. Rivets and protrusions. So the protrusion, rivets, and cylinders actually appear to be rather more like knobs.
Oh, turny boys.
Yeah. Do you begin futzing with them?
Does this look like okay, so based on the design of the tables on the map, I'm going off of that for my inferencing. Is it look like it's like two people can sit at this, and both sides of this device have the equal number of parts for each user, so to say?
No, the right chair has most of the controls.
Oh, okay. Does it have any of the weird illusion screens on it that we've been seeing on the ship? Or is it
No.
completely void of any indicators of any kind?
It is void of any indicators of any kind.
All right, so just a bunch of turning knobs then. Interesting. A whole bunch of them. An
Mhm.
unlocked room to the north of the command center.
Yes.
All right, I guess I'll sit down and start fiddling with it. Hey, Stein, come sit and play this game with me.
All right.
All right. So you start fiddling with some of the knobs, and a soft glow starts to come from the previously gray screen in front of you. Having fiddled with the knobs a bit. As you fiddle with some of the knobs more, you can occasionally hear like a kerthunk sound come from within it. But there's no change to the screen.
All right. Is there any linguistics, or is it just
It's just
a
blank.
light show?
Like it's just
Oh,
like a uniform,
Okay.
slightly off-white glow.
Okay. Well, I guess now that we kind of have an idea of like, so I'll just go like one by one with all of the knobs and turn them max and min.
Yeah, I mean, one of them seems to adjust how bright the glow is, going all the way down to just being gray again, and then going up to almost bright enough to hurt your eyes. And one of the other knobs, like as you turn it, every time you turn it, like it clicks like it has notches, like soft detents in it. And every time you do, you hear a kerthunk come from the machine. The other knob does not appear to do anything. Say again?
I'm kidding. I said, are these rudimentary oscilloscopes? That's just like what I'm picturing right now is a really weird oscilloscope. Okay, so there's a total of 3 things we can interact with?
Yes, but the third knob does not appear to do anything.
Okay. Well, I'll turn the screen brightness down so that it's, tolerable.
Uh-huh.
And then I guess I'll just play with the kerthunky boy until it stops kerthunking or kerthunks more. So I'll just keep turning it back and forth.
Yeah, every time you turn it, you hear a corresponding kerthunk. Same volume, every time.
All right. Then I guess I'll turn the kerthunk knob to each position and then max min the non-brightness knob. So the unknown knob.
Yeah, has no effect.
I have no skill that will aid me in trying to figure out what the hell this thing is. Okay. So if I turn the brightness knob all the way down, it goes back to like an inert state.
Yes.
So all of these displays in here, that knob is all the way seated.
Yes.
Like if I go to each one of them and turn it, they all get a little brighter.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else have any ideas or inputs or move on? Healer?
I don't really have it, then.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Just move on.
Okay.
But we got a great card, so
Yes, you
let's
do.
go north.
All right. Oh, I couldn't find a good image of this. Well, I couldn't find a good image of one with 2 seats, but here's, as you guys are leaving, here's what you were playing with, effectively, except it has 2 seats.
Oh. We never tried touching the screen, did we?
You would have at one point probably poked at it, but it didn't do anything.
Nothing happened. Okay.
Nothing happened.
So, well, with
Oh, because you don't actually recognize it, so that's funny. Never mind. Then don't worry about it.
yep, nope, we don't know what it is. We're leaving. Okay, yeah, but we're gonna go up to those 2 gray doors to the northeast.
To
Which way do I
the
wanna go?
north of east.
North and then east? Yeah, north and then east. So north up the 20-foot
Sure.
elevator,
Yeah.
and then east past
Yeah,
the red doors?
the soft glow spilling out of the 20-foot shaft, and then you head to the east. The 20-foot hall narrowing to 10 feet, and 2 closed gray doors present in front of you.
Well, I'd like to check the door for traps.
Okay, make an investigation check.
These are going to be the trapped doors.
Oh Lord.
You find no indication of traps.
Okay. Well, I stand to the side. That we know whatever side the keypad is on, and then I bump the key to it.
The door slides open.
I wait a few seconds,
Okay.
and then I look in.
A comfortable-looking common area is found here, filled with couches, stuffed chairs, small tables, and colorful decorations on the walls. 4 skeletons dressed in rags lie prone on the floor, seemingly left where they fell. The room appears in disarray, as if abandoned with great haste. To the north is another closed gray door. To the east, a gray door. And to the south, a pair of gray doors.
Are those somewhat western on the wall? Those the pair?
Wait, what?
We're going through the captain's quarters. We got a great key now. Might as well. Okay. They're not together pair. Okay. Let's do the southern door that we haven't explored. So
Okay.
Go to the linking room that's unexplored. To the south. Or rooms,
To
probably.
the south. Alright, you just open the door.
Yeah. Well, this one wasn't trapped. This room's the one with the vacuum in it.
A great howl, as you know.
Dexterity saving throws all around. Actually,
A
let's do
comfortable,
something.
if Spartan bedchamber is located beyond the door. A wide bed, small tables, and stuffed chair take up half the room. A small desk, its top cluttered with papers and other objects, rests near a closed door on the other side of the room.
All right. Well, I think we're still in comp language window.
No, but you can just do it
No.
as a ritual.
Yeah, recast it. Yeah, so he can start going through them papers. I'll check out the closet while he's casting that.
Okay. Is that what you guys are doing?
Bunch of paperwork in the captain's bedroom. Do you want to read it? Stein?
Yeah.
Mister?
Sure.
All right. So pop. You're gonna have to pop a new one,
All right.
and then yeah, while he's starting his cast, I'll open the closet.
Alright. So you go and open the closet while he does the ritual. And it is a small room containing mostly oddly tailored clothes hanging on racks and a number of narrow doors set into the walls. A reflective glass-faced box hangs on the wall.
What kind of clothing is in here?
Oddly
here.
tailored types.
Uniforms or something?
You know, they might be.
Do they look like they're in reasonable condition?
Not really. They're not in great shape. But given that they do appear to be mostly intact, you think you could probably get a couple of gold out of each of them.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like 10 different sets of uniforms here, so like 20 gold worth of clothing. And a
Oh, it's
glass
kinda
face
gold or
box.
fabric. Yeah,
Pretty
that-
much.
that's got my attention.
Okay.
Is it like reflective? Can't see in it, but we know the front's made of glass. Like it's tinted, sort of.
Yes. Like it's almost like the glass has like a frost on it, but it doesn't feel cool to the touch, and it doesn't scrape off as you gently rub your fingers on it.
Okay. So like just simplify. Is it like a medicine cabinet kind of?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Pop that open.
All right. And you see only a single item left inside of here. It is a small, almost like a ring box, and you see two small, almost like a quarter-inch diameter, half-inch long, capsule-shaped pills inside this open ring box in there. They appear in color to be of a dull ivory.
So like if I'm understanding the description, it's like a ring box or like a jewelry box, small, hinged, snapping lid,
Yes.
and then like there's like cloth seating inside of it, and then there's these two pills.
Yes.
So it's like an earring box, but they're not earrings.
Sure.
Okay. I'll throw that in my inventory.
Okay. That's the indication for what those are.
All right. Yeah, just put ring box with ivory pills.
Okay.
All right, and then just wait for Stein to finish going well. I can read everything and see what the paper says.
Yeah. What does it say, Andrew?
So as you start reading through the things, you can see that it appears to be mostly reports from names you don't recognize, but all seem to be facing towards this other name. So probably the recipient and the owner of the quarters. Talking about methods for containing and quarantine, and also other notes, more somewhat almost like hastily written ones, about an intruder in the machinery deck.
Well, we dealt with that, so they don't have to worry about that. What they didn't know, there was a pair of them.
And you can see Stein, as you're kind of poking through these papers, that like there's a small cabinet attached to the desk that's open, and it looks like something small that you would hold in a single hand would have fit in there, though it is currently empty.
Like one of the guns that he's seen in the Alien simulation. All right. That's the other curiosity. This entire time that we've come across all of these bodies, we have not found any of their weapons in any of the secure rooms or unsecure rooms, which is really curious. But I don't know what to make of heads or tails. While Stein's going through that, is there any indication on all of these, status reports, etc., of dating? Like date stamps or time stamps of any kind?
None that make any sense to you.
Well, is there any progression?
Comprehend languages is a direct translation.
Mm-hmm.
So there is an obvious date field that literally says date, but it is using a calendar that you don't recognize. And therefore have no way to translate that to your calendar.
I'm not trying to translate it to our calendar. I'm just seeing if there's any sequence to it.
Yes, there is. I see what you're getting at now. So, yeah, first there's mention of a possible contagion. Then it starts talking about quarantine, and then finally containment and something about an intruder.
Okay, so they dealt with the contaminant first. They tried dealing with the outbreak, and then the
That's not
intellect powers
what Stein would have read. This is more like They attempted to quarantine it like following like normal procedures, like that is a more routine level of thing to do. But then there were problems with it, and it wasn't sufficient. So then they moved on to containing it, cutting off whole sections of the dungeon, as it were.
Locking it down.
Yes, lockdowns and containment just on a save who we can, everybody else gets fucked. And then talking about an intruder, and the big reason that was a big deal is because it was breaching all of the quarantine barriers.
They're in the ventilation shafts.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So it
it's not
follows
your
as an
fault.
escalation, is what I'm trying to get at.
What?
I was gonna say, with your help, I'll organize these reports into as best of an order as possible and put
Yeah.
them into one of the empty bindings I have. I have books with no pages. I just want to put them inside of it like a folder.
You want me to roll it?
Well, I mean, that's just more of how I'm putting them. I don't think there's really a role for that.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to the. Let's just actually let's go east in here, or we'll go back to the common, nice cozy common area, and then go east to that door to the east on the wall.
Okay. So as the door slides open, it reveals a large bed and many chests of drawers residing in this neat but clearly long unused room. A low table flanked by chairs stands close to the door, a small tin statuette of a curious-looking boat resting atop it.
All right. Um, any obvious paperwork or anything in here?
Nope, just the boat.
Okay. Yeah, we'll give her a sweep.
All right, make an investigation check. So you kind of start looking through the room, and you realize as you're looking through it that that tin boat is not actually made out of tin, but rather platinum that had been left out to oxidize for a long time. And you think that just in like as a platinum art object, it would be worth about 1,000 gold.
Does the construction of the boat look foreign? Or is
Yes,
it pretty ship-like?
it's somewhat ship-like, but is very odd, but is not conforming to standard notions of watercraft that you're used to.
It doesn't have sails.
It doesn't have sails. That's the big thing. No sails. Or oars. There's no oars visible either.
It must work like a chariot. There's a creature underneath the waves that pulls it along.
Yeah, either that or they got like, some wizardy bullshit going on.
What are these little spinny-looking things in the back here? Ah, those are just for decoration.
Yeah, it's like those little with your garden gnomes, you put the little windmills. It's like that, but for pimping out your vessel underwater.
Exactly. All right. Yeah, let's swing up to that last northern room then.
All right. As it opens, you can see this room contains a soft divan facing several lounge chairs. Also present are a dressing table and a small desk, both of which display a feminine touch. A skeleton lies on the divan, its shoes removed and a cup held loosely in one bony hand.
This must be one of those legendary wine moms we've heard about.
Well, does she look like a Karen?
Make a medicine check.
I don't actually. Well, Lucina's best at those.
Indeed.
Yeah, I am not. I have a +1 and no modifier. I'm wise enough to know what medicine is. Not wise enough to do anything with it.
Wise enough to know what medicine is. I assume the pelvic bone is what will determine.
Yes, so this is very obviously a female corpse or skeleton. You can also tell that you have no idea how to figure out someone's name from their bones.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I do.
But also that there was no violence inflicted upon the skeleton. It looks like it. There's no obvious reason why it died.
Yeah, nothing obvious from the skeleton.
That being
Yes.
said, I do know a way to find out their name. From their body, no less.
Oh, you're gonna speak with dead?
I don't have that spell,
God is
unfortunately.
in heaven.
Corpse.
That would actually be a really good spell to use with all of this shit. And we do know where the captain is.
Yeah, speak with dead would actually be incredibly useful. God damn.
Speak with Dead is one of those spells I always want to take, but never get around to taking it.
Well, when I finally get around to making a spellcaster, I know I'm taking that.
We will chat with all the corpses.
Well, and then the funny thing is, so Soup, you go and build a spellcaster and you take Speak with Dead, and we never encounter a dead body after you do that.
Oh, don't worry.
Well-
I will make sure that we encounter a dead body.
Well, okay. That's actually the thing, though. Speak with Dead on a person that you killed, there is a chance that they will just not want to speak to you.
Hey, it's me again.
Hey, it's me, your killer. Fuck off.
All right. Okay. Well, that is that section of the ship. So let's go back to the center. We got 2 more gray doors in there we have not popped open. So west and south.
Yeah. Then you go through the red door into that central area, facing 2 gray doors. One to the north, one to the south.
Anybody feeling one of these is luckier than the other? North it is.
Okay. The door slides open to reveal a 20 by 20 room. In the center is what appears to be an altar. It is supported by a single metal column, and its 2 arms are bent towards the door. The wall opposite the door is made entirely of glass, although it is too dark to see through it. There are 3 skeletons sprawled near the altar.
Huh. Well, let's take a close look at the altar.
Okay. So, in the center of the altar are 6 fist-sized circular glass discs embedded into it, 3 coin-sized holes below them, and a single metal box under these. To the left are 10 small blocks set in grooves, and on the right are 2 rows of buttons. The wings of the altar are decorated with panels of small glass squares set in rows.
I just realized we never actually did an investigation in that north room. I'll have to go back and do that at some point.
You-
Okay. Well. I know exactly what I'm looking at. Oh yeah, Friedman thinks it's an altar.
Makes sense to me. It's kind of weird, though. Most people seem to have altars with some kind of statuette, I presume, right under? Or other kind
What?
of more singular symbolism.
Deity, yeah.
Usually, yes. This is a very odd altar.
Indeed, it's very cluttered.
All right. Well,
Maybe it's
I'll,
a multi-deity altar.
yeah, I'll stand up on it and take a closer look at all of the stuff.
Mm-hmm. It is as I described.
I said that correctly. I'm standing up on it. Yeah, so I'll take a closer look at everything. I'm not going to touch anything right away. Just a closer look. You want investigation or perception?
There's nothing to be gained by that. It is as I said. What actions, if any, do you take?
Well, I guess I will, these look like buttons, correct? We established what their buttons look like. We've come across
Yes.
other interactive mechanisms before. The slot machines, etc. So I'll start pushing buttons.
Okay. Time for Gilbert's favorite thing is you start pushing buttons.
D100 tables?
Oh god, what is this?
Oh, I love the D100 table. Tell us under what horrible things happen.
As gravity reverses, and I need deck saves from everyone.
Ooh. Are we all in the aura?
I'm assuming we all
Does everyone
crammed in
have
this
that
room.
aura?
Yes. It's a 20 by 20 room. I'm assuming everybody just came inside of it.
Hey,
Probably.
where did you get this picture?
Places.
He's got some really good ones.
Yeah. This looks like it's from like an adventure game or something.
Mm-hmm. It's neat.
The seductive skeleton in the background.
Drawing like one of your friend's corpses.
Which are now all
Starts
which
playing.
clatter to the ceiling now floor.
Are these like Neanderthals or ape men or something?
Unknown.
Skulls.
You haven't found any with fleshy bits.
Okay, but look at their skulls though.
Yeah,
That's
so
clearly
most of you are able to kind of like either align yourselves along the wall and avoid slamming into the ceiling, or in Freeman's case, kind of just grabs onto the ends of the altar to stop from flying up. Lucina and Ipfon are not so lucky and end up slamming into the ceiling,
I'm used to flight, just not sudden, unexpected.
taking
flight.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Still looking like shit.
Well, if I was able to grab onto the console and, keep myself down there, could I push that same button?
Make an intelligence saving throw. And we'll see if you can push the same button. There are many, many buttons. Yes, you push the buttons. Those of you who pass your saves are able to return to the floor safely. Ipfon and Lucina must make another deck save as they now fall from the ceiling towards the ground. As gravity reasserts its normal
I was
direction.
going for that, but now I kind of feel bad. They're fine.
Yeah. You see Lucina going to put, or Freeman going to push that button, and you guys actually are prepared for it this time, and are thus able to safely get yourselves down without just falling face first into the ground.
You know, it just occurred to me. If I had Featherfall's reaction, never mind, it wouldn't be relevant. I was going to say I'd get the ability to fly out of that.
Well, that would have been a reaction, wouldn't it? You're reacting to the circumstances of gravity changing. You should have been able to feather fall there.
Oh, I don't actually have Featherfall, though.
Ah, okay. I misunderstood what you said then.
Underdark doesn't use terrain dead drops quite as much against us as Baldur's Gate does.
All right. Well, now that I've pushed the same button twice, I can make a mental note of which button that is.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not pushing that button.
Okay.
Push the one right next to it.
Okay. The glass wall, which was previously dark, begins fitzing with green amber lights.
Like a discernible pattern, or just random?
Think like snow, but multicolored. Like the antennas are not so out of alignment that it's just like that white snow, but enough that there isn't a discernible picture. But there's color, so you know you're getting a signal.
Ah, okay. So now I just need to find the V and the H and get those working.
Exactly.
All right. More buttons, avoiding the gravity one.
Okay. You keep pushing buttons, nothing happens. You just keep pushing buttons if there's no discernible effect.
Well, I would wait a little bit to see if there is any, if I push a button, nothing immediately happens. I'll wait like a minute before I push another button. I won't just oh, nothing happened, click.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, so nothing happens. A minute passes, you push another button.
Yep.
The altar catches fire.
I put it out.
Yeah, so how do you put it out?
What part of the altar specifically catches fire?
The buttons.
All of the buttons?
Yes, because they're arranged in like a massive grid, like smoke and fire starts leaping out from between them.
I use my friend Lucina.
What?
Can you
Okay.
give me a...
So yeah, when you turn to Lucina and start asking for her help, you hear a thunk on the door, and white smoke begins pushing down from the ceiling towards the flames, which go out, as this column of forcible smoke from the ceiling continues to pour into the room. You notice that it is getting harder to breathe.
Question.
Yes.
Is this projection of smoke kind of like wind?
Similar, yes.
Alright. I changed its direction.
Okay, where do you blow it?
It goes back up the hole.
Okay, is that a spell or an ability?
Cleric feature.
Yes. Hold on. This is one of those situations where I have several abilities that all overlap. In this particular case, Storm Guide, class feature, Storm Sorcerer, level 6.
Okay, so yeah, you reverse the gusting wind out of the ceiling. The smoke column dissipates. You notice that there's still this kind of like foggy haze in the air, and you realize that you're starting to get lightheaded as all of you are currently suffocating.
Hmm.
What's everyone's con mods?
2.
Put it in chat, please.
For saving throw or just regular mod?
Just your
con modifier.
raw con modifier.
Okay.
Oh, we'd better
The
get
number
out of here.
above con. Yeah, I was gonna go for the door.
Hmm.
Need con mods first.
Stein, what's your con modifier? Mister, we're holding our breath. It's important.
No, you didn't get an opportunity to hold your breath. You are suffocating.
Your breath is being held for you.
Yeah.
Your breath has expended, is what I'm saying.
You're not holding your breath, you're holding for breath.
Question.
Mister.
The Belt of Dwarven Kind, it would have automatically updated my constitution, right?
Correct.
It should have,
If you
yes.
put it on your sheet correctly, it should have.
Also, if you know how to determine your modifier from what your con is, then
As long as you have it in your magic items and it auto-filled for you, it should have updated on the sheet automatically. Bye-bye.
Bitfon, Mister, what's your con mods?
My con mod is plus
Oh.
6.
Put it in chat. This will be a nice reference.
Okay.
Your con modifier is plus 6. You have a 22 in con? Damn!
how do you have a 20? Oh yeah, well he did.
I have proficiency in con mods.
No, I'm asking about your raw con mod, not your
mod,
saving
not
throw.
save.
Proficiency in con mods.
Yeah, I have that too. You're not special.
Okay. And now everybody needs to roll initiative.
I have proficiency in strength mod.
I do as well.
No,
I
I
have
mean,
proficiency in charisma mods
I don't
and wisdom mods.
no. I have all the physical proficiencies, and I'm a mental character.
no. When I said in modifier, I meant it. Because my modifier for strength is a plus 6.
Because he went to hell and didn't die.
Yep. Because I went to hell and didn't die.
Alright, Stein, so what do? Is you realize you are now suffocated in this mildly foggy room.
Is the door open to get out of this room?
No, it is not. It is closed.
So is the gas? How big is this room again?
20 by 20.
Okay. And we're sealed in here with some regulars. Right. Okay. What do I want to do? I want to.
None of us have used them. Everybody has them.
As what?
None of us have used them. Everybody has them. We have one for every person, and they all should be in your inventory.
You and I bust our asses making sure we have these and people remember it. No one fucking keeps track.
Like,
No,
we
I have
all
mine.
have like 4 or 5 potions.
Oh, bottle breath. Okay, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I think he just didn't know what you were talking about. Despite the fact that you posted a picture of it.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were talking about until I looked. Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, I don't have one.
You should. I had 2. I gave you my
either.
one after we used the one. I had 2 originally. I have 1 now.
Mm. Okay.
I think mine. I don't know what.
Oh, yours got
I don't have
incinerated.
any.
Yeah, Ifan might not have one because he got incinerated, and we haven't gone back to Javia since he died.
Didn't I
That turned
give
into a
mine to somebody because I can hold my breath for a really long time?
No, I don't think so. That was a different thing. you
No,
gave
we
away.
used it because you were being mind controlled.
Mm.
All right.
Okay, well, if I
Anyway,
have
there's
them, then I
several
have
of them to go around, so.
All right. So the door is shut. Did it shut behind us?
Yeah, I mean, it's shut behind you normally when you come into a room. But when the fire happened, you heard a kerthunk come from the door.
Oh, so it locked. Okay.
Most likely.
I go over to the door and I cast knock.
Funny enough, we haven't tried that yet.
It is one object is unlocked, unstuck, unbarred. If it's an arcane
Mhm.
lock, it's suppressed for 10 minutes.
You guys hear a loud knock come from the door.
Can I open the door or?
Do you have a key card?
I currently have the gray key card, so probably not.
And I
No,
got
he has it. So yeah. I said it's open. Let's get out of here. In my turn.
Okay. Stone Soup?
Is the door open?
No.
I open it.
How?
I thought the door was just opened by.
It was unlocked. The door is still closed.
Yeah, so I open it.
Do you have a key card?
Is there no way to open it by hand?
I mean, I suppose you could attempt to, force it open.
I am not currently holding the key card.
Okay, well, it doesn't open when you approach it.
Okay, then I will ready an action to run out through the door when whoever has the key card opens it.
Okay. Lucina?
What color door was the door frame?
Gray.
All right. I walk over to Freeman. I take the gray card from him, assuming he doesn't resist me.
I totally fight him for it.
I kill Freeman
key
with a
card.
powerful bolt of lightning.
I give him the key card.
All right.
Oh, you better hope that gas isn't flammable then.
I then take the key card and approach the door in the ritualistic manner that gets the door to open.
Yes, you sing hymns to the Omnissiah, and the door slides open upon presenting the ritualistic key card to it.
Excellent. I shall now.
And at which
exit
point,
the door.
no. At which point, having opened the door, Stone Soup's ready to action goes off, and he bolts through it.
Yep, me first.
As Lucina is killed underfoot.
Yeah, the door opens. Stone Soup runs out into.
Manages to cause a one-person human crush.
He is big enough to kind of cause that. Well, she is anyway. Yeah, and you run out there. I assume Lucina then joins you.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. The air out there is in fact breathable. And yeah, you would all be able to file out. I didn't know you guys had the knock spell. That made that significantly easier on you as you evacuate the room.
I took
Well,
it
I mean-
because
We always had we had Stone Soup's knock spell as well.
Hmm.
well, yeah,
we
Stone
have-
Soup's knock spell is more potent.
We have 3 different versions of knock. We have knock and the door opens. We have knock the door open, and we have blow the door open.
But yeah, that closes. It takes a few minutes for the gas to dissipate, but eventually it does. What do you do now?
Well, I go back in and inspect the panel to see the damage that it accrued.
It looks as you approach like there's some soot on it, but that otherwise it is undamaged.
Okay. So the fire suppression system did its job and doesn't appear to be dysfunctional.
As far as you can tell, yes.
I push another button.
Are you alone in the room when you do that?
Yes.
Does
This time.
does anybody come back in with me?
I want to be clear.
Back out
So
there
Freeman
and
takes the
come
gray key card alone with him into the room? Your single
no.
gray key card into the room with him?
We let
alone?
him into
No,
the room with the gray key card.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna leave the gray key card out, and so the doors are a thin enough partition that I can physically knock on it. It should make noise on the other side, correct? They're not soundproof in any way.
They do not appear to be soundproof. You think that if you knock on a door, you would hear it on the other side.
Okay, then we'll use that as a fallback. So yeah, gray key card is out of the room.
Okay. And then you push a button.
Muted again.
Yep.
Okay.
alone this time.
No discernible effect.
Okay. Can I take out a blank piece of paper and kind of just do like a left, center, right, like where I've been pushing buttons,
Sure.
where the where the ones have been effective and where the ones have not been effective.
Yeah, you notice that each of the times something happens has been after you've pushed a sequence of buttons. So you think that given the fact that there are, let's see, they give me an actual description here. There's 120 keys. And given that each sequence has varied in length, you think that there are well over several thousand possible combinations.
All right. I push another button.
Okay. The lights everywhere, like in the room, out of the room, appear to get brighter, and the ship is now brightly lit.
I found the light switch, boys.
Hey,
All right. Another button.
No discernible effect.
All right. Well, I'll wait a little bit. And another button.
The glass wall returns to its dormant, dark state.
Can I push that same button again?
Yes. The altar catches fire.
Well, I'm prepared this time, so I take a deep breath and step back.
Yep. As the gas starts pouring out of the ceiling over it, the fire goes out almost instantly, and the room begins to get hazy.
Yep. Actually, you know what? I'll pop the bottled breath
Okay.
and just ignore the cloud of smoke.
Sure.
I guess that's the best way to put it. Yeah, that doesn't matter. And then I'll push another button.
The glass wall returns to its green and snowy state.
All right. I'm trying to think of what I've got. So these buttons are like, you know, what we would equate to a mechanical keyboard. Like there's a ridge and a tapered bit to it.
No.
Oh, so they're square and flush.
Yes.
Okay. Well, in that case, then I would like to use suit. I have black ash in a coin pouch.
Okay.
And I'd like to mark every time I come across a button, you know, like I'm pushing the buttons and, you know, doing a good job of remembering, you know, 10 over, 5 up, whatever. So every time I push a button that sets it on fire like that, I like to mark that button so I don't push it again.
Okay. So you mark the button. That's possible.
this is an unlabeled sci-fi keyboard.
I'll be back.
Yes, it is.
Yep. Pretty much. And it's also a sequential one, too, so it's not just this button does this. It's this button plus this button does this.
Yeah, sure.
All right. And then, yeah, so I'll keep pushing buttons.
Okay.
It's like, I hope you know how to touch type, because there is no other way.
Okay. No discernible effect.
All right, wait a little bit, and then push another button.
It's the one thing he knows how to do.
Push buttons.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm very good at it.
Yeah, and that other thing.
Wait.
So, both in this room and out in the hall, the bright lights dim and turn red.
Ooh.
A wailing sound, pulsing as if like an alarm bell, begins sounding.
All right.
I wonder if somebody flipped the lever.
I did indeed. Could I push those same two buttons in the same order, not in reverse order?
Yes. The red light, the normal lights go completely off. Oh, and the entire, both the room you're in and the hallway where the rest of the party is just lit with the dim red light. The alarm is still wailing.
Okay, I'll try it in reverse order.
The glass wall goes dark. Alarm still wailing. Dim red light filling the room. Through the smoke and the haze.
Yep. Okay. The button that first made everything go, code red. I'll go back to that one and push everything around it. Just one by one.
Okay. It then catches fire.
Yep, I step back.
Oh,
You know, um, there's the kafoosh, more of the white column of smoke. The room is actually considered, lightly obscured now.
Well, I'll get to a point where there's so much fire retardant in the air that the fire will just go out on its own right away. Yep, I marked that button with some ash. That
Okay.
doesn't work. All right, back to all the buttons around the one that made everything go red.
Okay. There's like a little spark of a flame, but it doesn't seem to take hold in this fire retardant laden room.
All right, I marked that button too. Man, their IT department sucks. Get all these buttons that are shorted out.
It's a Star Trek keyboard. They don't know what a circuit breaker is.
They don't have fuses. All right. Yep. Onward and forward. Push. At this point, I'm just trying to find the lights and sirens button.
Okay. Well, you're no longer just standing there in dim red light, but in brightly lit red light.
Well, it's an improvement. I'll push 3 together. Like, not at once, but like boom, boom, boom.
Okay. Pink and amber lights begin flashing above the door from inside the room as you hear a kerthunk come from it. Actually, you wouldn't because it never unlocked after the fire retardant. But those of you out in the hall would see above all of the doors pink and amber lights appear as you hear kerthunks all around you.
Probably didn't want to push
All
that
around
button.
us.
Every door. I think I just found the lockdown button. And push
Why are
it.
these all things you have installed on the submarine under? Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna keep pecking along, and my goal is to get the doors to unlock and turn the lights back on. So I got an hour of bottled breath.
Yes. Okay. You're pushing more buttons?
Yep. I got an hour of bottled breath, and there's so much fire retardant in here, I can't catch on fire anymore.
Yes, but you do need to make a deck save as gravity... Actually, everybody needs to make a deck save as gravity reverses. As everyone goes hurtling towards the ceiling of that hallway. Except for Freeman, who's now hurtling towards the ceiling of that room.
That was a different button than the one that I previously pressed for the gravity.
Yes.
Oh, lovely. Well, I'd like to try pressing that button again.
Right. Well, you grab onto the console. I still need deck saves from Stein.
Just Stein.
Just
Somebody
Stein,
else
yeah. Spectre's throwing my count off.
Wahaha.
Alright, well, Ipfon failed anyway. And so Ipfon and Stein take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as they slam into the ceiling.
Then I think you had me do an int save last time to try hitting the exact same button.
Yes.
E.
How much does a potion of healing heal for again?
The lights go out. Except for the dim red glow.
So the bright red lights and all of the amber and violet lights. So
No.
It's just a dim red glow again.
It's just that dim red glow. The amber and violet lights above the doors are still present. But the area is now dark. Before it was brightly lit. Gravity's still in its reverse orientation.
Well, I guess I have 3 things to solve now. So, we're just gonna peck like a 90-year-old person.
Okay.
Just be hanging onto the console upside down, pecking away.
No discernible effect. Moving on to your second one.
No, he's not typing like a.
No
like
discernible
one person,
effect.
he's typing like friggin' Tom Cruise.
Aha! Gravity reverses again. And I need deck saves from everybody except Freeman, since he's the only one who would have any reason to anticipate this.
What are we rolling?
Deck save.
Dex.
Gravity just reversed.
Oh, gravity.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Well, you took
Are,
6 damage from the first time because you weren't here.
Are we within the aura?
Yes.
What's the difficulty?
Unknown. Though Ipfon and Lucina definitely failed. Hey, you pass.
Succeeds on the first time. Haha, success!
So
Which is-
Ipfon and Lucina, you guys take 9 bludgeoning damage as you're thrown back to the floor as the normal direction of gravity reasserts itself.
Ow.
Freeman, do you
Come
keep
on,
pushing buttons?
roll with it. Be
Yeah.
like a mother-
Although maybe it'd be a good idea for the party to tie themselves off at this point with the gravity reversing twice like that.
Nah, I'll be fine.
The lights are now on halfway.
Hey, baby
I'm not
steps in the
believing
right direction.
Of the gravity.
Gravity reverses again. Deck saves all around. Freeman's gonna kill you all with just flipping the gravity back and forth.
Slowly but surely bludgeoning the party to death so I can loot their corpses.
Stein, Stone Soup.
What are we rolling? Oh, another deck save?
Yep, gravity reversed again.
What's the gravity again?
Yep. Oh, another one.
I have a plus 15, so unless it's like really high, the odds of me failing it are very low.
Yeah, so Stein and Stone Soup are fine. Lucina, Ifan, and Freeman get thrown to the ceiling
You idiots.
and take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Freeman, you can no longer reach the console.
Well,
Okay.
how
Okay.
how far up is it?
Wait. Hold on. But before this continues, Underdark.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to use Control Winds. I am going to create, relative to my position, an updraft. That way, when gravity reverses, it'll be a downdraft. That way, when gravity reverses, it will be an updraft.
Okay.
With that, we get there's updraft, only half damage from a fall.
Oh, yeah. Then you guys can start having it in your hallway.
Indeed.
So, Freeman, they're 10-foot high ceilings.
Okay, so I could, just jump and grab on.
It would require an athletics check, but yes. Given the hazy conditions of the room.
Okay. Well, in that case, can I just throw a rope up there
Yes, you can.
and then climb up?
Yes, you can.
I do that.
Okay. You climb up the rope to the console on the floor.
And push buttons.
Okay.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on myself?
Can you cast what?
Cure Wounds.
Yeah, absolutely. So no discernible effect for that button.
Beep boop.
Okay.
This D100 does not like me.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
It's not giving me the 80s and 90s that I need.
Okay. No discernible effect.
All right. Beep boop.
Has no discernible effect. The lights get brighter. Do you just keep pushing buttons?
Yep. And gravity reverses.
Gravity reverses. Deck saves for everybody.
Hey guys, we'll be at half damage.
Do I get anything from the fact that I'm, playing with rope?
Rope will not assist you in that.
Okay.
You're attempting to prevent yourself from falling by pushing against the direction you're falling with rope. It just bends.
I have an idea.
What's up?
Does it stop touching buttons?
No, so I'm going to lie down on the ground on my side and then straighten all 4 of my limbs so that I'm making like an X shape with my body. That way, whenever gravity changes, no matter which way it is, I have 1 leg and 1 arm to catch myself on. So I cannot fall the wrong way. I'm making myself symmetrical to gravity.
Okay. Stein, we need a deck save from you. And Ifan.
I'm back. I just got a call from someone.
Okay.
What do I do?
Deck
Flip
save.
gravity again.
He reversed gravity again.
Save.
Hey, it's right side up this time.
Alright, so Lucina and Ifan failed. Now, due to the updraft, you're taking half damage, so you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Guys, we need to consider knocking this the fuck off. I have 3 hit points.
How are you dying from this? This does like 6 damage.
Because I got my shit kicked in
Fight.
last week when I
Oh,
had to
yeah.
solo the entire remaining
Oh,
encounter. 'cause two
Lucina,
people
we did take a
left.
short rest. You weren't here for that.
Oh,
If you want to roll hit dice, you can do it.
Yeah, I forgot. When you came back, I completely forgot to tell you that we had taken a short rest. That's my bad. Yeah, if you wanted to heal up. As long as you weren't unconscious before this got brought up.
no. Like I said, I have like 3 hit points.
All right. And Freeman, are you going to continue playing with the buttons?
First thing first, I'd like to tie myself off to the pedestal of the altar.
Okay.
Proper, like a 5-point harness, and tie it to the round part in front of me underneath it.
Uh-huh.
That way, if gravity kicks the other way, I'm not too far from the council.
Uh-huh.
Essentially, I'd like to tie myself in a way that I would be standing on the ceiling if gravity flipped.
That's a bit tougher, given the points of contact you can create with your rope, but you can definitely make it where you can basically build yourself a nice little fall harness. So you don't actually get hurt and can just dangle there and just keep pushing buttons.
Exactly. Nothing more exciting than pushing buttons trying to hit one goddamn button right. Well, actually, 2.
Do you continue pushing buttons?
Yeah, we're in dim red right now, and the doors are locked. And the doors are still locked.
The lights get dimmer.
Grr. Ooh. Haven't rolled
Okay.
any 8s and 9s.
No discernible effect inside the room.
Somewhere on the ship, there's a door that's just opening and closing every time I hit that button.
Okay. No discernible effect. The glass wall turns on.
Ooh. Still the green snow?
Yes. No discernible effect.
Ooh, that might be a good one.
The glass wall turns off.
Okay. Actually, I haven't rolled that many low ones, so.
A small little puff of flame, and more smoke comes out of the ceiling. You're about halfway through your hour.
Okay. All right, so with my little cheat sheet that I've been kind of scratching down on this, have I made any discernible logic progress?
No. As far as you can tell, the button presses, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't make any sense to you. You push the same sequence twice and get different results.
Okay. Well, then I guess I just keep pressing, because I can't break it down into, each section does something.
I don't know, Freeman. It seems to be non-functional. Yeah,
I'll make parts of it.
yeah, I don't get it.
There's a kerthunk from the doors, and the pink and amber lights turn off.
Ah, progress. All right. And gravity.
Gravity reverses. Deck saves!
Is that like a 51 to 55? I've rolled that so many times.
It's the 50s.
Or it's all of the 50s?
Oh yeah, well you shouldn't have put it right at the middle under. That's the most likely number to roll. It's average.
What? No, that's not how that works.
Apparently, it is.
Apparently.
The data we're collecting disagrees.
And since Stone Soup was in that position, I would say he's advantage on this deck save.
Isn't he already at advantage?
I am already at advantage.
You haven't failed it yet.
Okay. Well, so does it help me or not?
I mean, it would give you advantage if you didn't already have it.
No. Okay.
It's just the hallway's too wide for you just to like brace yourself and not actually fall.
Hmm.
Wow. I can't say I expected that. All three of you fail.
Oh yeah, we fail all right.
And take
Yeah, we're
6
failing
points of
out in the
bludgeoning. Oh wait, no, you have a gust of wind going, don't you?
So it's only
Yeah.
3.
So it's 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Do you have to make a concentration save on that, Lucina?
Let me head back over there and check.
If it's a gust of wind, I think you do.
Oh yeah, it is concentration. Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's what 6 times now.
Just make one. I didn't catch it earlier. It's fine.
You've only had it running for 2 times.
Really?
Yeah, it's fine. All right, push another button.
Dear God, Freeman, stop.
At this point, the
Can't
room is
afford
heavily
one.
obscured with fire retardant.
That's okay. I'm pretty much running blind sense at this point.
Yep. You can't even tell that it's adding more.
Oh, more lights.
No discernible effect. No discernible effect. The glass wall turns back on.
Woohoo.
More fire retardant. No discernible effect. The lights get even dimmer.
Ooh! Haven't rolled that one yet.
Everything goes dark.
Okay, so we need to roll a 1 then.
The alarm stops. The flashing red lights stop. Pushing further buttons has no effect.
I think I found the off switch.
It is pitch black in here. Freeman, do you
Hmm.
have dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, probably doesn't help much considering it's heavily obscured, but I can make out shades of gray.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes, the room is gray.
All right. Well, I guess I'll undo my harness and go knock on the door and see what happens when they try to key it.
So you guys hear the knocking coming from the door. It is pitch black in the hallway.
Hmm.
I knock again.
More knocking, slightly more insistent from inside the control room. The party is just like, yeah, screw that guy.
I don't think Gilbert's here.
I'm here.
Well, you hear knocking.
Open the door.
How do you open it?
I'm not opening it. I tell one of them do it.
Oh no, I know. I'm making him wait.
I knock again.
And after a generous wait, I let him out.
Okay, so after a generous wait, like 5 minutes or so, you walk over and tap the gray key card on the gray panel on the door, and nothing happens.
I tap it again.
Nothing happens.
I think he killed power to the ship.
Yeah,
All right.
it's obvious that I killed power to the ship.
Now I tap on the door the way I tap on doors. Shatter. 4th level. Fuck this
Oh,
door.
don't do it with that. Let me do it.
And so yeah,
So you know how the key cards are different colors? Well, I have a key card that's every color. And I heft my big...
Rainbow.
Yes. I have the fucking rainbow rock from Dragon Tales. And I hit the door with it.
I got
Okay.
that fucking intro stuck in my head.
Well, it fails its deck save.
Very nice.
Turns out doors are really bad at that.
Ooh.
What's 3?
Oh,
I don't have the
think
page
that's-
open.
Yeah, let me get it. That might help, actually.
I think it's cold. I always mix 2, 3, and 4 up. I know 4 is acid though, because you always
Lightning.
roll it.
No, it's
lightning.
lightning. It's lightning.
Okay. Well, you hit the rock. It sparks with lightning. The door is unmarred.
Ah. Well, I didn't even roll damage, so that should tell you something.
Yes, it should.
Okay. Well, he needs to find some way to get the power back on in there, because that's the only way this door is opening. Unless somebody wants to try and knock again.
Oh, we do have explosives too.
Yeah. Well, no, that's... If what I did didn't work, I don't think explosives...
Yeah,
would work.
Stone Soup, as you kind of like look at it, you realize that it looks like these gray doors are made out of different material than the other doors were.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Like they're higher security.
Higher physical security as well.
Yes.
Alright, well, seeing as I'm not useful for this, I think I'm going to go to bed, because it's about time for that.
Have a good night, Pete.
Well, then I guess, well, if nobody responds back, I guess I'll start playing around with the console, looking at the back of it, etc., and seeing what I can figure out.
Do we not just want me to blow the door open?
Well, you can try, but after I knocked for 5 minutes and you guys didn't open the door.
I mean, you did hear the big
Wait.
ka-thunk.
Door.
I mean, Freeman, you did hear the big kerthunk
True.
of Stone Soup banging on the door and nothing
With the
happening
rock,
to it.
yeah.
Yeah, like you felt it vibrate. And you would also realize from that side that this door is, unlike the other doors, which are basically just iron doors, this looks to be like an adamantine door.
Fuck, it's wall
yep.
then. I shoot the wall.
Well, we've already established the walls are also adamantine, as are the floors and ceilings of the dungeon. It was just the doors that were the weak points, except for the gray doors.
Right.
All right. Well, I hear Stone Soup try to knock back, and it doesn't work for her. So I guess I'll go start poking at the like the back side of the console, see if I can tinker it open or anything like that.
All right. Make a Tinkerer's Tools check. Do you have Tinkerer's Tools with you?
I do.
Great. Given the fact you're basically at 0 visibility, I'm going to say you're at disadvantage.
That's fair. All right, and that is just int and proficiency, right?
Yes.
All right. I will also call upon my non-existent gods. That's 23. I did KH once.
I
I rolled
noticed.
pretty well either way.
Yeah. Yeah, and you are able to get some of the panels off. And in the back, towards the base, you do see what appears to be a column. And in the column, you see 3 very familiar coin-like discs. And the thread-like indicator is all the way to the counterclockwise side of it on all 3 of them.
Okay. Aha, they're batteries. Really, really powerful batteries, apparently. All right. Well, I'll pull all 3 of those out.
Okay.
And then
And then
I'm looking at my spells. I'm gonna try mending one of them.
it has no effect. They don't appear to be damaged.
All right. Hmm. All right. I guess I will search the rest of the room, see if I can find any more of these. Maybe, possibly, I'll get lucky. I'll cast up a light cantrip.
So, casting a light cantrip in like dense fog like this actually doesn't. It makes it bright, but it's not actually any easier to see. Think of like high beams in pea soup fog.
Yeah, but it would create some light for, looking for small object stuff when I get close enough. Like, I'm crawling on my hands and knees looking and searching.
You know what? Fair enough. Make an investigation check. Takes a while to search though on your hands and knees.
Every nook and cranny in this room, any compartments that I can find, etc. With my high beams on.
Yeah. And you don't find anything. Like, you find the bodies, but they're just bones and rags.
All right.
You also realize you've only got about a minute left of your bottled breath.
Indeed. Well, this door slid left to right or right to left?
From the perspective inside the room, it went from right to left.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just start taking a crowbar to the right side of the door frame and actually trying to get the door open that way. Mechanically, how the door was supposed to open.
Okay. Make a strength athletics check then. I believe the crowbar gives you advantage.
Yep.
If I stood next to the door, would he get my fucking aura?
Yes.
Yeah, but your aura is for saves.
I don't know if he has an aura that helps with ability checks, but...
Oh, this is an ability check, my bad. I thought it was a save.
Man has the aura, don't he?
Yeah, but I'm not making a save.
Oh.
Yeah, my mistake was I thought he was making a save.
And then under also use my channel divinity on strength athletics. So I'll have a +2 instead of a -2.
Okay. The door does not budge.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep trying for
Another athletics check
10.
then.
the next 10 rounds until I open it or die.
Well, you'll just start suffocating. Nope. You guys can hear him working that door on the other side. Nope.
No, the strong people are on the other side not helping.
I'll try and help.
All right, Ipon. So, do you have a crowbar, or are you just trying to pull on the door?
I do not have a crowbar.
Well, then you can also make an athletics check.
Okay.
I'm looking over my
So
spell,
that's
seeing if I got anything.
4 rounds.
Yep, you have 6 left.
That didn't go well.
5 left.
Yep, I'm going to wait for Ipfun since he decided to start rolling now. So still 5 left. Ooh, 4 left.
Freeman. Yep. Actually, so as you're getting close to the end of your bottled breath, Freeman, you start cranking that door open. The smoke of the fire retardant begins wafting out into the hall, and Freeman, you're able to take breaths. Eventually, you're
All
able
right.
to work the door all the way open. The heavier than air smoke kind of just filling both the hall and the room you're previously in up to waist height.
Good old CO2.
The door does not close automatically.
Yep. Kind of figured with no power in the console. Hey, Stein, you got that coin on you? I know what they do. One tack 34. You should have that in the bag of holding or your inventory, one of the two. I needs it. Yep, pretty much.
You know, that's how a lot of people commit suicide. Is they just do that in their garage.
I've only seen like smoke come from cars like on the inside if they're just smoking.
No. So what he's saying is you close the garage door, turn your car on, and wait. And then you
Eventually,
die
you'll
of
fill
carbon
the garage
monoxide
with enough.
poisoning.
Yeah, you'll fill the garage with enough carbon monoxide that you no longer can breathe oxygen. You'll just die very peacefully.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't think about that.
Really?
No.
Peacefully?
Yeah, you just kind of slip off and fall asleep. And don't wake up again.
Really? I thought at some point your lungs would have started burning with the,
That
No,
that
tricks the
feeling
brain.
is actually caused by CO2 buildup.
Really?
Yes.
Yep.
That's why you can also suffocate in a pure nitrogen environment without noticing.
Yep. That's why we install carbon monoxide detectors and not carbon dioxide detectors. Because
Okay.
carbon monoxide you don't sense.
Yeah, I
Your
always
brain just is
figured,
like, oh, this is part of the environment.
Yeah, I figured with CO2 you get the burning. I thought with carbon monoxide you'd get the burning. You just wouldn't be able to detect it until your body was at the point where you're like, oh fuck, you got no air.
No,
And then
hypoxia does
nitrogen, I
not
knew
present
about
that way.
nitrogen.
The burning sensation you feel is a buildup of carbon dioxide.
Mm.
Hypoxia,
monoxide
which is the
doesn't
lack of oxygen, you begin to feel drunk first, and then the symptoms get worse from there, where you start feeling like you lose coordination, you lose higher level thinking functions, and then your central nervous system starts shutting down, and then you die.
And that's where the peaceful comes from. It's because you stop feeling. The core of your feeling structure in your body stops working before your,
Right.
brain realizes you're asphyxiating. But anyway, so yeah, Stein, I'd like to get that coin from you and see if I can fire the ship back up.
Mister?
I just want to make sure he takes it out of his inventory.
Is Mister here?
Oh yeah, I'm here. What's up?
You know the item that you have, the coin that's tagged 1 tack parenthesis 34 parenthesis?
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah. Cool. What about it?
I need it, so you have to
Oh, yeah,
remove it from
okay.
your inventory.
Okay. Let me see. Where did I put that? In the bag of holding, I think. Yeah. Small
Yep.
disc. 1 dash parentheses 34. Yeah.
Okay, so I take it, I replace it in the console where I found the ones that were depleted. So
Okay.
in comparison, the one that I got from him and the depleted one, I'm just holding out side by side and the pitch
Yeah.
black with my dark vision. I
So
can
on
still-
theirs, the little indicator's all the way counterclockwise. On yours, it's most of the way clockwise. Now you pulled out 3 of them that were stacked up low to high, so lowest, middle, and highest. Which one do you put it in?
Well, the electrical engineer common sense in my brain says to put it in the middle. Friedman's just gonna put it on the most exposed. So I'm assuming those indicators were all stacked in the same direction,
Yes.
and like the indicator was facing out.
Yes.
So I'd put it in the topmost so I can see its indicator and then reinsert it in the stack.
Okay. You put it in there. The ship remains dark and silent. And you start to slowly see the indicators start moving ever so slowly, counterclockwise. You think you've got a couple of hours before it'll hit the end. You also notice, Freeman, that in the center part of the console, there is a single red glowing light on one of the buttons next to what looks to be a gray keycard space, like on a door.
There was a gray keycard space on this console this whole damn time?
Yes.
I missed that.
Yes. It was actually very hard to find without certain things happening.
You know, the entire
Things that would
console shutting
highlight
off?
it. Yes.
All right. Well, I guess I will touch the gray keycard to it and see if we get a reboot.
Okay. You touch the gray keycard to it. The red button turns yellow.
Well, I've been doing it for the last almost half an hour to an hour. I push the button.
Okay. You push the button. It turns green. You feel a rumble in your feet. The lights come on. The door shuts. And you feel the circulation of air once again.
All right. Well, I'll go take a look at the little battery in the back.
It still looks like it's counting down.
But it hasn't accelerated?
No,
That's what I was checking.
it is not accelerated.
Okay. Well, now I'm kind of mad for shooting that kid. So that was an adamantine container those battery cells were in, right?
No, it was just better made.
Oh, okay, but it was distinguishable from other containers.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I think we should spend the next whatever time we have seeing if we can find another one of those containers. So I think we need to go to the lower decks. Because the ship's going to run out of power pretty soon.
Freeman, why don't you make an insight check? Real quick. The fact that it didn't accelerate when everything came on would tell you that that this is probably like a power source for just this control station and not
Okay.
the entire ship.
That makes sense.
Essentially, the battery backups had worn down, and therefore you couldn't start the ship.
That sounds like a design problem.
Well, the idea is you could just bring in another battery.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. So the console will run out of power, but not the ship. The ship is running on its power supply.
Right.
Okay. Well, then I think we'll take a break from pushing the buttons.
Are you sure? You didn't roll a 1. You might want to see what happens when you roll a 1.
Activate the fucking launch system.
Self-destruct system activated.
Yeah, it's probably
T
the
minus
self-destruct.
10 blurp blops. Wait, how the fuck long is a blurp blop? And then we all die.
How long do I have to live? 10. 10 what? 9. All right. Well, let's go make some. Let's go make some bad decisions.
Haven't we been doing that?
The
Let's,
battered
Bishop.
party just from all the gravity shifts.
Let's go finish out the west side of the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, we have. So let's just go. Let's see. Then. Let's go south out of here. Actually, let's open the gray door. We have another gray door here we haven't opened.
Ah, yes. That gray door. Very
Yeah, the one with all
well.
the instruction manuals behind it.
So this narrow room with a central aisle running down its length. Open cubicles flank the passage. One cubicle is sealed. 3 closed boxes rest at the end of the aisle. Those 3 boxes all look like the same type that contained either grenades or those coins.
Fine, we should go check them out. I check out the boxes.
Okay. So inside each one you find 20 grenades. One type is the yellow, one is red, and one is black.
Well, those should go in the portable hole. Just crates and all. We have enough munitions to arm a small army at this point with all of these grenades we have. Like, not including the boomsticks and other things that we've collected. Just the grenades. Lucina, did you get the last?
I did not. I've been editing the organization on this thing because I still have that dolomite on there.
Dolomite.
All right. What am I
forgot
adding?
about the dolomite. We found 3 crates, 20 each. Green, red, and black of grenades.
That is not what I said.
Yellow, red, and black.
Oh, what colors? Green, black, red?
Yellow, black, red.
There we go.
All right. I'll do a sweep of this room, checking all the cubicles. You said there was one cubicle that was sealed somehow?
Yes. Like all the other ones stand open. And inside you can see, what looks to be like a locker with like hooks and holders for, maybe like a suit of armor or something, but only one of them is closed.
Ooh, oh, okay. So they're not really cubicles, they're more like big lockers.
Yes.
All right, well, let's pop open the unopened one. That sounds fun.
Okay. How do you do that?
Well, check the door out. See how door-like it is.
I mean, it appears to be a type of door, yes.
And then check out some of the other cubicles and see if there's any mechanisms, etc., that are visible without the door in there.
Uh-huh. There is.
And then, A plus B equals X.
So you're trying to force over some, like, lockpicks or something?
Yeah, if there's a, if there's no keycard spot or anything like that, then yeah. If there's a, mechanical lock of some sort,
Yes, they appear to be mechanically locked.
then yeah, I will pick it open.
Okay.
I'm really good with these.
Yeah, you think you got it. And inside, you see a very strangely formed set of what appears to be some type of plate mail. And at its feet, what appears to be a thin, long metal chest. By strange-looking plate mail, here's what the armor in this locker looks like.
Does that look like the one in the portable hole?
No, this looks much more complete.
But in terms of structure and design, it's similar to the pieces of the one we have.
Yes.
Hello? I'm back.
Hello.
Oh,
Welcome back.
hold on. So armor 1-25B is only pieces.
What did I miss?
1 second, we're going over history.
Ah, no, I was thinking of something else. Yes, you have 2 sets of these now.
Awesome.
Ah, okay.
All right.
I was thinking of
So-
something else too.
Armor 1-25B and what is
One
this one called?
1-27.
Alrighty. Add to the hole.
All right, I'll take a look at the case that was at its feet.
It appears to be a simple metal lockbox.
I would like to unlock it.
Well, make a thieves' tool check.
That is a cool suit. Can we fit that in one of our holes?
Already taken care of.
Yep. Can I even fail this?
Theoretically, yes.
Did that roll correctly?
I think it did. And it just added a comment of italics or bolding.
Yeah, the slash looks like it didn't give it a name, but it named it. Okay.
So, yeah, you flip it open and you see in like soft like cushions stacked like on their edge 20 of those coin-like discs with the sundial and needle indication.
Are they clockwise?
They are full clockwise, yes. All of them.
Neat. All right. Well, I consider that a fair replacement. All right, I'll just keep them in the case and close it back up.
Okay.
You want me to just call them batteries 127
Yes.
or case of batteries 127? All right, and then with the cubicle open now, I'll sweep the rest of it, see if there's anything in the nooks and crannies.
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
You do not find anything.
All right. And based on my sketch of the structure in this area, is there something unexplored here? Or is this an L-shaped room?
It's got an L shape to it.
Okay, so that 10 by 10 to the north on the eastern side is part of this room? Okay. Yep. All right. Well, do we want to go say hi to the robots, guys?
When you say hi, do you mean pick a fight?
No. We know how to control them.
Then
We
yes.
we slap them in the face with a control card, and they like us. And we have the gray one now, so they'll really like us. All right. So east, a little bit north, west, north, and then north through the orange door into what we think is the robot room.
Okay. So you head into the red rooms of the central area. As you enter that northernmost red room, the one right before the unexplored section, you see 2 of those metal constructs standing in that room, slumped over and fallen to the ground, unmoving.
All right. Well, we'll go to the north.
An orange door.
Gray keycard.
And it opens.
That's all.
6 10-foot by 10-foot rooms line a central corridor, 3 to a side. The rooms all lack doors and are open facing the corridor. A number of small studs line both the floor and the ceiling of the entrance to each room, and a small post with a slot, seen elsewhere on doors, stands in the center of each open entrance.
Post with a slot.
Yes, as if for a key card.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll just go to the first one on the left as we're coming in and present the gray key card to it.
Uh-huh. A wall of force appears, closing off the entrance to that room.
Ooh. All right, I'll tap it with the key card again.
The wall of force disappears.
All right. We'll sweep this area real quick.
Make an investigation check. You find nothing but dust that would indicate that these rooms have not been used in some time.
All right. So previously I followed a robot and it went into this room, correct?
No.
Which room did it go into then?
You only saw it go through that western red door. You don't know where inside, once past that it went to. You were outside in the 20-foot wide hallway.
But we haven't seen...
And you saw it go through this door.
Yep.
And then you didn't see what happened past that, because
Yep,
the walls are not
follow that.
transparent.
Okay. Was there... So in this entire central dais area, was there any... I guess, like, seams or anything on the floor is what I'm trying to figure out. Because the robots come and go from here, and there's 2 that are, deactivated at the center, like that desk.
Well, they're not at the desk. It doesn't look like they were in a resting position so much as they were in the middle of something and then slumped over dead.
Okay.
Like they asphyxiated.
Yeah, as if they asphyxiated, except that they're constructs. And constructs don't really need things like breathing.
However...
Unless they're not really constructs.
All right, I asphyxiated actually is a good point. Well, I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together and go tinker one of those robots. I'd like to see if I can find an access port.
Okay, well, make a tinkering tools check. Yeah, you find a little bit of a panel on it, similar to the one on the console in the center room. You pop it open, and inside you can see various hoses, metal doodads, and wires, none of which makes any apparent sense to you.
All right. And none of the coins with the dials on them?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go around to the other side and see if there's a similar panel.
There is.
All right, pop it open.
Similar thing.
Hmm. I guess we'll just take out every screw we can find.
Okay. Yeah, you open everything you can find, and other than a mass of pipes, hoses, and wires inside there, you see nothing that stands out to you in any comprehensible way.
What material are these guys made out of?
They appear to be some type of metal, not adamantine.
But not iron or steel that I'm familiar with.
Correct.
Mm.
It is it is not as strong as iron. It is, however, stronger than bronze, but it is much lighter than iron.
Ah. Looks like platinum.
No, it's much duller than that. It doesn't have that luster that platinum has.
Aluminum.
Yeah, I guess I meant to the shade of gray,
Yes, it is
not the
gray.
shiny part. Not the shiny part, but yeah, aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminum. All right. Well, they don't need it anymore. I guess I'll spend some time and take all of the aluminum panels off of both the robots.
Okay. Yeah, you end up with 10 pounds of aluminum.
It's a good bit of aluminum. Okay. Yeah, I was really hoping for a battery spot.
You didn't see one.
Yeah. Well, we know how to summon these guys. If there are any more of them alive and available, we just go break a door. They tend to show up. Lucina, you want to go shatter a door, and I'll wait and see if one of them comes out of a hole in the floor or something?
Not really. I'd rather not just blast the spells off if I don't absolutely have to. I've already
Well, I mean,
spent most of my big ones.
you can just smack the door. It'll eventually break.
Okay. I start bonking the door with my bonking stick.
Rolled hit.
Right. Physical attacks.
Yes.
1 second.
In which door are you attacking?
Which one do you want me to attack?
One of the black doors on the southern corridor from this area. Right south of in the 20-foot corridor.
Alright.
Okay. You do not damage the door. Because you are weak and scrawny like Spellcaster.
I'm hearing a lot of sass getting talked from an all-powerful entity.
The door is mocking you.
I bonk the door again.
Rolled hit.
Don't miss this time.
The door laughs at your feeble attempts at marring it.
I bonk the door again by performing both verbal and somatic components. Fuck the door. Shatter.
Okay, well, roll damage. The door is damaged. Alright. But a minute passes. There appears to be no response to your vandalizing the door.
I think you actually have to breach the room.
All right. Itfon, do that thing.
Yeah, fun. You should be able to knock the door out.
Yes.
Look, I've
Door?
loosened it. You need to knock the door down.
Door?
Yeah, door.
You want me to door?
The door
Attack
the
the
door is a
door.
mimic and it insulted your parentage. Kill the door.
It knows about my parents?
Which god is your favorite god? It talked some shit about it and said your oath is for weenies. Fuck that door up. Don't let the door talk to you like that.
The door just sitting there and go like, Erebus did nothing wrong.
Erebus is the fucking worst.
Magnus was done dirty.
Door.
Magnus made some big fucky wucky mistakes, but at least he wasn't trying to be a shit ass about it.
100 do I hit?
Yeah, you hit the door. Go ahead and roll your
How many
damage.
times?
Twice.
Oh, sick. I'll just roll the all in one then.
Door doesn't exactly have resistances you need to account for.
False. My doors have damage resistance and immunities.
Yeah, if on you picking up where Lucina left off, you batter the door down, breaching the room.
Okay.
Another minute passes by, and there is no response.
What color door did we kick down?
Black.
It was black? Okay. So all the robots are dead. Well, at least we don't have to worry about security. All right. Well, that guess answers that question. I mean, doesn't actually answer that question, but we can no longer answer that question essentially. Where do the robots come from?
I thought we powered up the whole ship, didn't you?
Yeah, but so I took two robots apart and there was no obvious spot for one of these things that we've established as some sort of energy.
Mm.
But that was the only thing I had going for me. So it's like, well, maybe they come through a hole in the floor or some, sci-fi bullshit like that. And well, no luck. So we don't know where they charge. And
Well, if they're gonna charge, I think they need to be 9 inches away. They have to roll for it.
I mean, I guess it's not like they really need a running start. That just Oh, actually, remember the Terminator, Lucina?
Yeah.
That long Grugious fight. You should
Yeah.
you should shock and grasp one of these robots and see if it charges up.
Hold on. Dr. Stein, I need your aid here.
Oh, that's true.
Dr. Stein. Paging
Paging
Dr.
Dr.
Stein.
Frankenstein.
Say again?
Stein, break out your electric eels.
All right. Stein, I need you to stand here. And when you see the bolts of lightning, I need you to shout, "It's alive," okay?
He's alive. He's
Which roll?
alive.
And you're shocking one of the downed robots?
Yes, I'm using Witch Bolt on it so I can continue to shock it.
Okay, you do actually have to hit it. It does have an armor class. So you have I'm going to say you have advantage on it. But you do have to roll to hit. Very good. Go ahead and
Do you want a
roll.
crit?
Do you want a crit?
This only really matters if you maximize for critting for you.
Why would... You know what? I'm going to say yes, only because the fact that you've responded to that bullshit joke of a lie. Yeah, sure. What happens?
You have to roll damage. That's a critical hit from Witch Bolt?
Yeah, I'll use first level. It's a D12.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, no. The whole shtick with Witch Bolt is, score a crit and do it at as high a level as I can and then maximize.
Ah.
Because then I'm multiplying whatever number by a D12. So if I use a 7th level spell slot, that on a crit 14 D12. So 14 times 12.
Yeah, you have to declare the level of the spell before you roll to hit, right?
Yeah, I was just
Okay.
using its default first level.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, yeah. The construct starts moving. It stands up. And it does not look happy. You guys should roll initiative.
I mean, I am standing there with the gray key card.
You didn't say that.
I know.
I'm increasingly finding that Freeman's like a short version of me at work. I have a key card and I'm always standing behind everybody. Constantly.
I'm back.
Roll initiative.
Fuck, why?
Because they woke it up.
Robots.
I thought it would like you because you have the gray key card.
It's
Yeah,
alive.
I haven't got to go yet.
Wait, was this the one that shut down outside of a door?
No.
No. These were the two that were in the
It's one of
20
them.
by 30.
Oh, okay. I can tell you then, Ruffles, why it doesn't like us. I used Witch Bolt. I struck it with unclean heretical lightning, and this machine spirit knows to abhor the witch.
Stein. So yeah, this construct scans up, and it does not look like it's happy to find you here. It's also going wee woo the whole time. So what do you do?
Do what?
What do you do?
This thing doesn't look happy, does it?
No.
Well, I don't have a lot of hit points, so it was. What is it made of?
Metal.
How big is this room?
This is a 20 by 30 room.
Yes. Can it burn?
I guess. I mean, metal does have a flash point.
Let's find out. Fireball.
To be clear, you're going to hit everyone with that, right? Like, it's right in front of you. You're basically dropping a fireball at your feet.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do that.
like, that's okay. You can do that. But are you sure you want to?
I changed my mind.
Coward.
I don't want to blow the party up.
Coward.
I activate as a bonus action. I activate my blade, and then my dark saber, and then How far is the thing from me?
It's in melee.
And I hit it with my dark saber.
All right, roll to hit. The 25 hits.
20 points of psychic damage. And then I'm
Has
gonna
no
move away.
effect.
It has no effect.
Psychic damage has no effect on the construct.
Oh, well, that's interesting to know. I'm running away then.
All right. Well, as you run away, it's going to make an attack of opportunity.
Can't.
Oh, yeah, mobile. Nice. All right. Yeah, you run away. Ipfon.
What the fuck? I rolled high? Okay.
It's more everyone else rolled really low.
Yeah.
I never get this high in initiative.
What do you do?
I don't know what to well, are we trying to actually just kill this thing, or are we going to like wait? I don't know.
Well, my goal
Fuck.
was for Lucina to activate it because we've established that we've encountered other things that were activated by electricity, and then I was going to present it with the keycard.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got a chance to do that yet, and Stein already
Mhm.
attacked it without knowing what was going on.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna not attack it, and fuck it. I'll drink a potion of healing.
Okay. Roll it.
What is it again?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4. Okay.
Nice roll.
Thanks.
Kill it.
Anything else, Ipfon?
No. Bonus action. What's this do? How long is this left? No. Shield of Faith on myself, just in case.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Freeman.
Hold up the gray key card and say follow in the language it recognizes.
Okay. It responds with a long sentence in a language you don't understand.
I'm aware of that. Does
Okay.
it appear hostile still?
Yes. Do you do anything else?
Well, that would just be an item interaction, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. So Lucina casts Witch Bolt, so she's backed up a little bit. It's a ranged attack. She couldn't have done that in melee.
She could have, but she didn't. You can shoot range at melee, it's just you're at a disadvantage.
Well, she didn't roll it at disadvantage, so that's why I was. Okay, so I took off all the panels on this guy, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I would like to pull out a black grenade, set it to
Uh-huh.
X,
Okay.
run up to it,
Okay.
shove it inside, push the
Yeah.
button,
All right.
and then let go of the button.
Yeah. You do all that. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Lucina.
All right. Well, hit. You know what?
You might want to back up.
Thunderwave has never failed me before. Thunderwave 4th level.
You know they'll hit Ipfon, right? He's in melee with it.
Oh, can I angle this?
Nope. The room is too small.
You mean me, not Ipfon, right?
Ipfon's in
never
melee.
ran up.
I thought he did.
I never backed away.
No, he never moved from his original position. Stein and I were in melee with it, and Lucina and Ipfon were back.
Ah.
Stein backed off. I'm the only one in melee.
Yeah.
I misunderstood. Never mind. Yes. Fine. Yes, you can Thunderwave without hitting allies.
Okay.
For some reason, I had Ipfon having moved into melee with it. That was my mistake.
I normally do,
okay.
but this number did.
In that case, I'll 4th level this.
Okay, so what, con save?
Yes. Fail.
Uh-huh.
You know what? Maximize. $40 Thunder.
Yeah, so your Thunderwave goes out, hitting this thing, shattering its frame, bits of it going off. And as it's flying back and near the other construct, the Thunderwave then sets off the impact grenade that was shoved inside of it, which explodes, completely destroying this construct and the other one in this room. There's a pile of scrap metal at this point. You guys are out of initiative.
So that's what, a double kill? A triple kill?
Double.
Double kill. Nice.
Getting the triple kill would have required Ipfon to be in melee.
I mean, I was technically in melee. I never backed off.
But you were on the other side of him, so it's fine.
Yeah, like Lucina would have been able to angle with one of us, but not with both of us.
Correct. He was going to hit one ally, but there was no one in that space, so it doesn't matter.
You know what? It's always pick this ally or that ally. You know what if I just pick all allies and all enemies? Indiscriminate AoE.
Well, you're always welcome to shoot deck saves at me. Those don't bother me as much. I cast Fireball on the rogue. I failed my save. All right. Well, you take. I take half. How did you avoid? You failed it.
All right. Yeah, so the smoking wreckage of that robot in this room, I think that is where we will leave it for tonight.
Alrighty.